Okay. Hello. We are live.
Hello.
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 Hello. Twitch, I just played ads for you. Shut up. Anyway. So. What the fuck happened last week? Because I don't remember.
I vaguely remember.
We stopped right before there was going to be dead people.
Right, that was it. We had the whole sheet about, like, who's actually dead. So we had... Hold on, let me see if I can remember this right. We had a bet between you and Tolan, and your vote was... Where's the sheet? Where's the doc? Back. I should not put it on this, like, third monitor where everything is blocking it. Here, music, distract them while I pull this up. Yeah. Okay, so your guesses were... Your guesses were Natsuhi, which we knew was wrong.
Yep.
Goda, which we... Rosa, Rudolph, and Kurosawa. Kumasawa and Kinzo, that's it. Also, you made sure Shannon lives. I need to mark that down too. So, for the people on the stream, they can actually see I wrote this down on screen live in front of all of this. So.
I can see.
Yeah. So out of the lists we have, what was it? A confirmed missing there, confirmed missing there. Those 3 are confirmed missing. They were about to go to visit Kinzo next to see what happens there. Then I believe that's where we left off, like right as they were leaving. Okay? Right, cool. Alright, now I remember where everything is.
Yeah.
And the whiteboard widget works, so I can mark stuff down live.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright.
On-screen note-taking. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So whenever we're, like, in the actual, like, character tab thing there, I can mark things down more clearly to keep track of where everyone is. Yeah, here.
Yeah.
I'd like to point out, Case is much better at saving games like this than I am, because I will just use the one save file over and over and over again. Which has in the past
fucked you over.
Fucked my life so badly.
Yeah, that's why you stagger your saves. You never know when you need a backup.
It worked in Persona 5. I figured, Persona 4, I don't need to worry about it. I'm good at this game. I was not good at the game. I lost the game. I lost a story game.
Yeah, he got the bad end in a story.
Oh no, and that means you saved over to like the conclusion of the bad end.
Yeah, was it you killed what's his name?
No, I didn't kill him.
Oh wait, you didn't kill what's his name, you just didn't find the truth.
No.
So
it was more.
So we got like the less bad end, but like it's still a bad end. Bad things are still gonna happen.
It's gonna be a while before I go back to play that game by myself.
And we have too many fights over like voice actor choices to play it on stream.
All I'm saying is that the Japanese version of the game is better.
Okay, but if you dare make me listen to Japanese Teddy, I will stab you without needing a Denny's.
It's fucking fine, dude. It's not as grating as other voices I've heard in anime. Like, the fucking bear from Danganronpa sounds worse. I just pissed off so many people. I carry.
Yeah. How dare you say that to our lovely chat viewers? Don't you know, like, there's probably one of them that cares about Danganronpa? Wait, I forgot I need to... fuck, where's it? Studio mode. Studio mode, help me out here while I disable... properties, don't capture cursor. There we go. There we go, everything's fixed now. Anyway. Anything else we want to talk about before... Wait, ads are apparently starting, but... Fuck it. Anything else we want to mention before... Go.
I recently relapsed when it came to a game.
Did you play Fate Go again?
No, I've been playing Fate Go the entire time.
Oh,
hey, ads.
Okay. Yeah, I told you. I blocked these ads. I blocked these fucking ads before, and they went through. What the hell, Twitch?
Well, let's see. So my joke isn't there. I recently relapsed. I've been playing Fate Go the entire time. Ads, which I was gonna say, I started playing Overwatch again.
I'm just leaving a note for the people who might be trapped in, like, the ad hell. I ran these ads before, I swear. In my very rough, like, handwriting there.
Oh, Hamster Pig heard me say...
Wait,
let me ruin my own joke.
So why are you telling me I have ads in the ad manager? I'm getting ads on...
It's running ads for me.
Why am I getting ads rolled?
Yeah.
Hamster Pig built different, yeah.
No, wait, Hamp is subbed.
Oh, Hamp is subbed.
Hamp, you are subbed. Thank you for supporting.
All right, no. You just got to give me 3 more days.
I wish I could afford it.
Yeah.
Or had the
I have
commitment for it.
Prime. I have Prime through like being part of my family.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing too. I just took my my family's like Amazon account and then slapped Prime onto it. Ah! Behold, he has resubscribed. Oh god, it's been 18 months. We have 18 months for words. Fuck. Holy shit, you've been subscribed for 18 months. Thanks, Hamp. I really appreciate it. Thank you for using
Hamp, thanks for the subscription.
On Prime doing sub. Oh right, it's September. They keep like assaulting me with ads.
Yeah. Every time I open up Twitch, it's Subtemper, sponsored by Teamfight Tactics.
Teamfight Tactics.
Anyways, the game I relapsed into, for the rest of the people who couldn't hear us talking about it, I started playing Overwatch again.
You poor fool.
like,
you dumb motherfucker.
I do legitimately find Overwatch fun. It's less infuriating than trying to figure out a fucking MOBA.
I'll give you that. It's just the problem with that is the company behind Overwatch is kind of like scum.
Yeah, that's why I'm
like,
not giving
literally
them
the
money.
worst.
I won't ever play Overwatch on stream. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to do that. But like, occasionally I'm like, I need to play a shooter, but I need to play the only shooter I'm good at. I'm not going to play Valorant because that requires a level of skill I don't have.
Not gonna go play Fallout 76.
You know what? I should.
Because like I got bored like last night and just ran through that while listening to some Fallout audiobooks.
There's Fallout.
You know.
Oh right.
Yeah.
I know it.
Yeah.
I was gonna be like Fallout audiobooks, and then I was like, oh wait,
Actually,
no,
I
I've
think,
listened to a lot of the same shit.
Yeah, hold on. I need to check because I think there actually is one.
You know what? The best part is I'm here. People who know.
Yeah, there is like a different Fallout audiobook fanfiction thing for. You hear of like New Vegas Jason's story, the guy who did like an entire novelization of New Vegas.
No.
Well, that exists. It's one of the longer ones that I remember reading a fair bit of like back in the day when I actually willingly went to fanfiction.net before bailing because it's FFN.
Hamp does Prime subs the way I do Prime subs, which is which of my friends are streaming? Subscribe.
Yeah, that's basically what I do too. Yeah, I think right now I think my current one's at Choco Jacks, but I think it's also about to end right now, so I'll probably have to
My
like
current what?
throw it at like
My current
AKL.
one's Henya.
Yeah.
Which means I can do like
Go on. Show me your
like
emotes.
DC emotes.
Show them.
Which means I can do emotes like this.
Bonk, bonk, bonk.
But, only for the next 3 days.
Yeah. But yeah. I still need to catch some of Henya's streams because I usually see her live right when I am awake and shit. It's just I never actually bother looking at them.
My Twitch Prime subscription was like, you can subscribe to people now. I was like, I'm watching some zombie games. I can continue watching her, subscribe, use the emotes, and then I never use chat, so I don't know why I did that.
You want to support
I
favorite
wanted to support her.
your favorite
Yeah.
tea kettle.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not a stretch to say that Henya is my favorite member of V Shoujo,
Yeah.
which I know Keisan's there, but like,
I keep forgetting Keisan's part of V-Shoujo. She still feels like she's just doing her own thing.
she demonstrably is just doing her own thing. She just has V Shoujo. They did their concert recently. I was like, I wonder where I can watch that. It's part of their YouTube membership.
Ah.
Yeah, which means it's still there. You just gotta be a member.
Yeah. I know. There's only like few places I'd actually like be a member for, and like only one of them I'm a member for currently, which is Escapist Magazine. Well, they're just the Escapist now. I think they got rid of magazine branding, but like where you'd get like 0 punctuation and that shit, because they expanded out to doing like a a real play of like D&D with those people, and like, all right, oh no, what is it? I set my screen so I can. Oh, okay. Okay.
Nice.
What you writing?
You writing fan fiction, or is it more the comic you showed me? Fat fingered the message. Yeah, no, that happens. Don't worry. I'm just gonna get shit. But fanfic, gotcha. Yeah. Let me know if you ever get like any further on the comic, because I did really like what I read. Yeah.
You know, speaking of fan fiction, Case,
I
really need to get working on it.
I'm working on it. God, I have been actually working on it past few days. Today's just my day off from writing it.
All right.
I set it like
also
was
your day off from work.
Yeah, like was it 250 words, like either in the actual story or in like the world building and outline shit. So I have to make some progress every day, except for today.
Yeah.
But I think
today's when you do your other job. So.
Yeah, today's when I do my third job now. But
if only you made enough money here for it to be considered a job.
Actually, wait, hold on. Would that?
Do you make enough money on Twitch to be taxed on it, or?
No, but I still like report all my taxes to the people like I'm helping with my taxes.
All right.
Because I'm still piggybacking off my parents having enough money to pay someone else to do their taxes. And I will piggyback off that until I no longer can, because I do not want to approach that hell.
See, why would I chip away at the things I want to write when I can write an entire essay in 2 hours?
The school life, I remember that well.
Yeah,
I got a D on the last essay I wrote. Mostly because it had nothing to do with the topic I was writing.
How do you write the wrong essay?
No, see, it was kind of about the topic, but it wasn't enough about the topic for the teacher to be like, you're getting a C. But I did complain about the prison industrial system in America. That was a big part of it. I was given a topic.
16 pages in 10 hours. Oh god, I remember that.
I wrote 2 pages.
What was it? Like, literally the last day of my freshman year, like, grading semester before we went to, like, midterm, I had to speedrun out an entire essay I didn't do. There was, like, a 16-page, like, research project. But thankfully it was about, because the class I was in was basically about, like, it was a Studio Ghibli class somehow. Probably because, like, my teacher there ran that class for, like, the freshmen, and also, like, arts of anime or whatever as, like, an actual art history class. So
as it should be.
Yes, as it should. Yeah, Waylon was great, but, I ended up writing, like, 14 pages worth of actual stuff. Couldn't fluff it anymore. But I remember this is a research project, so I started scouring for images I could slap in there and then pad out the length. I got to 17 pages with all the, like, bullshit I threw in there.
I can't wait to actually start my history class for my history degree, because I'm prepared to do that to essays.
And out of nowhere, here's just an entire picture of, like, the relief at Babylon, I don't remember, fuck. I had an entire thing in my head of, like, yes, this one, like, historical carving that was in, Afghanistan or Iran that got, like, blown up by Taliban for, like, their, like, protest shit. Not their their insurrection shit.
Yeah.
They're, like, protest, like, religion or whatever. It was, like, that was their claim, but everyone just, like, how dare you, that's, like, a 5,000-year-old archaeology thing.
See, this is the only time where I'm like, all right, things taken from those places can stay where they are in museums, but when things settle down, fucking give it back.
British Museum.
British Museum, the French Museum, the Italians luckily only have Italian shit.
Didn't most of the Italian shit get taken, like the Roman shit get taken elsewhere? That's why it's mostly just Italian?
Oh no, it's still Roman stuff. I mean, they couldn't take the buildings, but yeah.
Are you sure they wouldn't have tried? Because
I mean, there's a reason. There's a reason the pyramids are still where they
no,
are.
I think they took a chunk of the pyramids out just to put in the British Museum.
They didn't. Mostly because Egypt would have declared war. But yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, World Heritage Site and all that. There's probably chunks of the pyramids like floating around out there because we don't know what the actual like finishes on the pyramids were, but they weren't always just like plain stone.
No, because I remember, it might not be Egypt then, because I remember specifically there was like, in like a video I was watching where the British Museum just took out part of a building to put in their, like...
It was not the British Museum, it was the French Museum, and it's the Ishtar Gate.
That's it. I default to blaming the British for everything, but I will accept blaming the French as well.
I need you to remember, the French were also imperialists.
Yep.
It didn't. I mean, that ended.
I keep forgetting that because of how definitively it ended and how... Yeah, it didn't just like fade away like with the Brits, it just definitively had to stop.
Yeah. And then devolved into several people making white flag jokes when it's just wearing old at this point.
But they're funny.
So Napoleon came in, started his empire, he got deposed, and the French continued doing its imperialistic, colonistic shit.
And then Napoleon came back. Because they just like sent him to an island. And he...
Well, no. The second Napoleon came back. It was his nephew.
Right, that's it.
But like they continued doing their colonialistic shit and like stole
a lot,
so much stuff. But like you'll if you ever wonder why a bit of Africa speaks French, that's why. You also have French Guiana, a lot of the Caribbean islands,
French Canada,
Spanish, French Canada. I'm sorry, I forgot that Montreal exists.
Quebec, the province, never mind.
Fuck Montreal. What about Quebec?
Well, so those are the same place in my mind because I'm American. I was like French Canada, Montreal. That's the city, but I'm still correct.
I mean, there's also Quebec City, which I'm trying to remember if Quebec's...
Louisiana has its French Quarter, but like
we bought it from the French, so
and if I remember right, the Acadians settled in there too. So
yeah, it's the reason why you got that. It's the reason why you got Cajun accents. It's like it's a multitude of accents all merging together.
The whole thing with pidgin.
It's
France is old enough to have a lot of wars under its belt. We remember when they lost, not all the victories they had to get it in the first place.
I can tell you one definitive victory, and that's it. That's the 100 Years' War. They fucking won that one.
Well, that's what you get when you have a religious schizophrenic coming into... You're probably gonna win when you have a religious schizophrenic popping in to say, hey, I'm hearing the voice of God.
Yeah.
Who then
religious cross-dresser.
Right, religious cross-dressing. If she was here today, we would call her schizophrenic, but at the time it was accepted as word of God.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she was sainted.
She was sainted like 50 or 70 years ago.
Like, she was still sainted.
Like,
also, that's wrong.
Also, but like, that's entirely why people think Jolter in the new Fate Samurai Remnant is just John before she was sainted.
I think you mean canonized, since that's...
Canonized, right, that's the term, not sainted, but...
Yeah.
You know what we mean!
Joan of Arc was canonized in 1920.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Samurai Remnant... just over a century ago.
Mm-hmm. That's not 50 or 70 years ago, though.
Like I said, a little over 100.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's close enough.
Close. Yes. Being half wrong, literally half wrong, or
but-
half of the way wrong, is close enough.
I was within a 50 margin.
The patron saint of France is the bad bitch who killed a lot of English people.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Well, the patron saint of prostitutes is Santa Claus.
Yes. I see you also, like, enjoying, like, the material you got from Something Witty Entertainment.
Yes. Are you kidding me? I looked that up directly after watching that episode. I was like, there's no way. And then it was right. And I was like, they told me to look it up, so I looked it up.
Anyways, I think
Anyways,
we're holding
it's been a half hour and we haven't even started.
yeah.
Are you sure we can't go further? I'm pretty sure we can find something else to complain against.
Oh god.
Anyway.
Like what, like the patron saint of bus drivers is Saint Christopher? Or something? According to this bus thing I am literally pulling up off the top of my head. Patron saint of bachelors, transportation, traveling storms, epilepsy, gardeners, holy death, and toothaches.
Anyways, also Hamster asked the question of what is this game?
Oh, right! We've not been playing the game for 30 minutes.
It's Umineko. Also, did you know the patron saint of America is fucking Mary?
Of course.
The Virgin Mary.
Of course. Of course. Anyway.
Because we're extra.
So, Hamp, this is Umineko, a visual novel by the guy who wrote Higurashi, if you know what that is. Essentially, it's a murder mystery game where we are having to see and find out whether or not these people were murdered by magic. That is all I'm giving you. And we've got a, like, 18-person cast so far. Like, yeah. Yeah, so...
Although 6 of them are probably dead right now.
Yeah, so we've got a 6.
We're down a significant amount.
So, where the hell is my stylus? Fuck. I was gonna start marking off, like, people we know are missing and dead or not, but... Where the hell did it go? I set up this entire, like... there it is. I set this entire whiteboard for a reason. Anyway. We know this guy is missing. We know she's alive. Yeah. Yeah. This person's missing.
Hamster says, let's party.
Okay. Then, yeah. So, what has happened so far is it is the first night has ended, and according to a prophecy / epitaph given about the witch, 6 people will die on the first night. Like, on the first twilight, sacrifice the 6 chosen by the key, and then on night 2, part the 2 who are close, etc. So we are operating under the assumption 6 people are fucking dead. I believe that's everything you need to get caught up. The rest we can elaborate as needed if you just, like, throw questions. Yeah, alright. I already finished my tea, so... After all that excitement the previous night, there was no way anyone was going to wake up soon. George, Aniki, Jessica, and I were snoring loudly on the bed in the cousin's room. But Maria, who didn't join in, and who had gone straight to bed the previous night, suddenly and completely opened her eyes.
Oh, right.
I woke up that morning.
Feeling like he
shut
did.
I woke up that morning. Oh no, it's due today. I had 9 months to work on it, and I did nothing. I brought in a cup of dirt.
The good old memories of school. As she rubbed her sleepy eyes and looked around, the loud snoring coming from the 3 cousins continued. For a while, Maria had to think about what was happening. After she realized that her mother was not with her, and quickly got lonely. So after that, she realized her mother was not with her and quickly got lonely. Maria left the cousin's room, trying to head to the room that had been arranged for her and her mother. Paying no heed to the three who were sleeping soundly, she made a loud slamming sound on the way out. In response, Battler mumbled and rolled over in his sleep, but it was not enough to wake him up. After a while, Maria returned once again. Why did the light suddenly flicker?
Spooky.
Ghosts, don't you dare try to haunt me now of all days. I tried to make content for the internet. Haunt me afterwards.
Why did the lights flicker and then all of a sudden the stream's just dead? The power goes out.
Hey, at least it won't be losing 4 hours of progress like last time.
There shouldn't be any storms near me. Hold on. National Weather Service, what do you got for me?
Use the National Weather Service?
It is literally the first thing that popped up. Yeah, there's nothing. Besides, all the weather apps and shit you get take data from the National Weather Service to sell you back to you. They're taking stuff you can get for free and selling it back to you for a profit. I'm sorry, hold up. It hailed in Florida?
Well, yeah, that happens. Do you not know how hail works? It just has to be cold up. It doesn't have to be cold down.
I'm sorry, there's been have you been down to Florida recently? All the heat there has been perpetual in all elevations. Like, I am allowed to say that's rare in Florida and go, what the fuck? Anything else? Yeah.
I feel like Florida is constantly under heat warnings. You have 100% humidity every day.
Yeah, as Hampus clearly said, hotter than Satan's ass crack.
It's the taint of hell.
Remember, guys, hell is not just a town in Michigan. After a while, Maria returned, once again opening the door with a lively bang. When she had left the room, her face had been sleepy. But after returning, she now looked discontent. After that, she climbed on Battler's bed, which happened to be the closest, and started yelling and jumping on it like it was a trampoline.
In which I woke up and suddenly threw this child across the room.
It's time to throw hands with the child!
As doing that would piss me off more than anything else in the world.
Oh my god. Wake up.
Huh? What? Is it a raid? Surround them!
To war!
Wait. I gotta open up Fake Go to do a thing. I gotta find a line. Have you been doing your grinding for the summer event? Yeah. That's not what I'm doing. I'm finding a line.
I know, I'm just making idle chat while doing that, because I have done, like, nothing but, like, in the background idly farming for a while, and I think I've gone through, like, 80 apples already. Like, in the past 3 days.
I have been doing less grinding than you.
I've still got 3 weeks to grind this bitch out. I'm milking it for every drop I can. Fucking bones. Fucking bullets. Fucking... What other materials are dropping in this event?
There is bones, and bones are the most important ones.
Bones, bullets, fangs, the little, like, spine stinger things, vials. Like, all those raw materials you need, like, 200 of for each servant that uses them. I'm milking them for every single drop I can. You gotta understand.
The banner of the Makoto is immortal. Slice, advance. Slice, advance. I am the Shinsengumi.
Hey, Chikata, I see! I never use him. I've just got too many good berserkers, and I don't like enmity mechanics in Fate Go.
Oh god, I went through the trouble of getting him, and then I quit Fate Go cold turkey.
Good for you.
I
You're
have
free.
Fran. Why would I
Permission to
use
cut
any
out.
other berserker? Fran's the only berserker I need other than Nightingale. But like the only attack berserker I need is Fran.
After making sure that I was awake, Maria jumped over onto George and Iki's bed and started bouncing on that too. In that manner, all three of us were greeted with an extremely pleasant awakening.
And then we killed the 9-year-old.
Thanks, Maria-chan, for waking us up. He stopped us from sleeping in after that late night. But it would have been perfect if you could have been just a little more gentle.
George Nissan, you really are an adult. I respect that.
Oh, right, he's supposed to... I guess he would be
Almost
saying
7. Well, not really a bad time to wake up. I can do that on command.
Nice.
I can also cough on command.
Oh. See?
I'm asthmatic.
Oh, so you're not coughing on command, you're like triggering your own asthma on command.
Yeah, no, I can think the word cough and then I can cough.
Oh my god. Anyways, from the top. Mama's not here. Hold on.
What up with that?
Auntie Rosa? She wasn't in her room. I wonder if she's already woken up and gone to the mansion. Velvet?
Oh, her mic is muted.
Ah, okay, so they gave up then. Alright. Then
All right, we continue doing whatever we want.
continuing to once again not play the game.
Yep.
And just keep stalling for time as we... Cry for me, Kate. That's one I can't do.
Unfortunately, I grew up male.
Unfortunately, I grew up with my emotions like steamrolled in high school. So...
I grew up male, and my grandfather on my dad's side is one of them manly men.
Ah.
So, yeah, you want to talk about not a great example of, you know, emotional security.
Yeah,
and
that's...
maturity.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
My dad's getting better. My grandfather isn't. And my other grandfather is autistic, so he's not great at showing his emotions either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. All I know is like I said how did redeemed highlighted message just to say cry. Alright, fuck.
I said, cry, bitch.
Alright, that's Why did you do that? Why? Why do you want me to cry? That's my best attempt. I ain't trying any better. I don't.
All units, be advised.
Alright.
I just stun mocked Katie.
I'm trying to figure out what the hell be advised means. Yeah, no, I don't get it. Explain, elaborate. We need to fill for dead air. Speak.
I watch a lot of Russian Badger.
Ah, right,
That's
that would
just
be a
a
Russian
flow.
Badger line.
Yep.
But... should we go on without her and just read this line? Or... Up to you.
I mean, I say we wait a couple more minutes.
Alright. In which case... you need to take a drink and then... Wait, hold on. I'm fucking sorry. What do you mean there's an ad at the 30-minute mark?
What?
What the hell, Twitch?
Didn't we already, like, pass the 30-minute mark?
Sorry, No, wait, never mind. Sorry. I'm misreading what the fuck is happening here. It's being all weird with how it told me when something's happening. Never mind, I got very concerned for a minute. Like, actually concerned they were just gonna throw more ads coming up. But no, that's the usual timing. Never mind. I don't... Because Twitch has tried to tell me to run even more ads recently. They said, like, in the affiliate section, like, hey kids, you want some, like, better ad revenue instead of getting 30% of the bullshit we send you? Well, if you run 3 minutes of ads instead of 2, you can get 55%. Huh? Huh?
What did I miss?
Oh, we were stalling for time while we were, like, waiting for you, and I was just bitching about Twitch's ad system. I should get alcohol! I'm sorry that we drive you to drink. But also make sure it's the good shit.
Yep.
Alright.
At least make sure
I
it's
have the
good
best shit in my shaker right now. Water.
Okay.
Anyway. You ready? Everything good?
Right. She's not here. Ooh, ooh, mama. Ooh. Ooh.
Maria kept going, ooh, ooh, and looking unhappy. It seemed like she wasn't simply lonely because she couldn't find her mother, but was actually unhappy that her mother wasn't in the place she thought she was. And this made her feel like she'd been tricked. If we could have just told her where her mother was, that might have been enough to satisfy her. But unfortunately, as long as we're here, we have no way of finding that out.
Right. Alright, I'm just. It's time to go get go breakfast anyways. So let's head over to the mansion.
Good idea. Real, let's go to the mansion together, okay? I'm sure Rosie will be over there too. What do they know?
Are you kidding me? Discord's muted. Why do I need to fix you all the goddamn time? Today on Y'all Are Muted, so no one heard that.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm talking to you directly, Case.
Well, fuck you too. Alright. Sound looks like it sounds good again. Say something again.
Something again.
Okay, yeah, audio's fixed now. Alright. Thank you for letting us know, Vale. We appreciate it. Alright, go.
And Velvet's muted. Oh.
Yeah, sorry, just family, you know.
Yeah.
Y'all.
How it be. Here's. Oh, Mama's in the mansion? Then I'll go.
That's right. Let's go to the mansion. Our parents have probably already gone there. Maria regained her usual composure, as though her earlier temper had never happened. We got dressed, left the room, and headed for the mansion.
I feel like that was supposed to be tantrum.
We'll see in a minute once it lets me actually check the log.
Well, it said temper, but I feel like tantrum would have worked better there.
Right. The door to the study was once again knocked upon, but there was no answer. He was still sleeping, and she couldn't wake him. If she returned downstairs saying something like that, Ava would be very amused and triumphant. And even aside from the whole Ava issue, there was the problem that yesterday, during this once-a-year family conference, he had stayed locked up all day and had still not come down to greet his guests. Even though he was the head, no, especially because he was the head, he couldn't fail to make an appearance. Could she convince him? Natsuhi readied herself and, using the key that she had borrowed from Genji, opened the door. One sec, need to just remembered something. Alright, gotcha, okay. A sweet stench that seemed to eat into her brain poured from the narrow opening she had created. And though she was prepared for it, she couldn't help but grimace. Thinking that he might still be sleeping, Natsuhi entered the room quietly.
Hey kid, you want to see a dead body?
Oh, looks like Kinzo's still alive.
That's another off the list. You are 2 wrong, and Tolan only had 1 wrong. You are behind. And you can lose especially if Shannon is alive and not if Shannon is dead, even though when you claimed her, she was definitely had to be alive. So you could win better, or you could lose even harder. And right now, you are behind.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna assume Genji isn't here. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
All right. When she did, Kinzo, already awake, was looking down out of the window.
So you're awake. Good morning.
How did you get in? Kinzo spoke with his back still facing her. His voice was not harsh, but calm, and Natsuhi was slightly reassured. However, he was at least in a bad enough mood that he ignored the sound of all the knocking, even though he had been awake. Natsuhi wasn't able to break the tension.
My sincere apologies. I asked Genji-san, and he allowed me to borrow the key to the study.
Oh, Genji did. If my friend thought that it was that important, then I have no choice but to listen. Tell me, what business do you have?
Yes. Breakfast will soon be prepared, and I would greatly appreciate it if you would join us.
I will eat here. Have it brought here like always.
But, Father, this is the annual family conference. Please, at least let them see your face.
You ask me to go downstairs and join in on the discussion of how my inheritance is to be chewed apart after I die. How foolish. They can keep talking about that kind of thing as much as they like without me. And if that's what you call a family conference, it's nothing so important that I should leave my room for it. I am busy. Do not bother me. With his last words came the threat that any further questions would be useless. Natsuhi realized that adding any further pleas would finally bring his wrath down upon her. It would be annoying to hear Ava sarcastically say that she hadn't been able to convince him after all, but there was nothing more that Natsuhi could do.
Is that so? Understood. I am sure that everyone will be sorry to hear it, but I will tell them.
Natsuhi decided to give up. Bowing silently, she made to leave the room before Kinzo's spasmodic?
I think so.
That is the word, yes.
Spasmodic, occurring or adjective, occurring or done in brief irregular bursts. Caused by, subject to, or in the nature of spasm or spasms. A spasmodic cough. Spasmodic fighting continued. Synonyms: intermittent, fitful, irregular, sporadic, erratic, occasional, infrequent, scattered. How long will this list go on?
I can't get it.
Are you fucking kidding? Really? Hold on.
Wow.
Oh my god.
From Velvet? Wait, say something again, Velvet.
Really? Unless it was just me speaking too quietly earlier.
It's set, not anymore, it seems, which is...
Hmm.
It broke up when she laughed. Gotcha.
Oh, maybe I peeked the mic by accident.
Ah, maybe. As she did, Kinzo called out to her. Hold on. Let me see. Let me try restarting Discord to see if that helps. And it's gone. And we've just got like circle gear things there. Ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. Are you... Come on. Come on. Where do you go? Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
Molikai.
Okay, now I need to just refresh you guys' reactives. And I think that'll get them fixed. Maybe. Maybe not. Fugi Tech. Fugi Tech.
Oh.
Jeopardy.
Oh my gosh.
I've not watched Star Wars.
There we go. They're back after doing Duel of the Fates. If it works.
It's transitioning from Jeopardy to Duel of the Fates.
I have played the Lego Star Wars games.
That's all you need to get the gist of things happening, don't worry.
Oh yeah, no.
Alright. Y'all seeing things right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright. We'll see if hopefully the sound's working again, but compared to the usual
Hopefully it's
Kinzo,
working.
this voice was
Alright,
calm
wait.
and
Is there music right now?
no.
All right, just need to make sure.
Okay.
I would ask if the sound is working if that was the case.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Anything else before I go again?
No.
No, we're good.
Compared to the usual Kinzo, this voice was calm and gentle, like it came from another person. I was fully expecting you all to say just one more thing, like Columbo. Natsuhi. It has been quite some time since you married into the Ushiromiya family.
Yes, it has been a while since I was first permitted to bear the name Ushiromiya.
Do you sometimes long for your previous family?
No. Marriage means throwing away your parents' family.
That's absolutely not what marriage means.
To her, apparently it does.
To Kinzo too, because remember, what was it? If Ava had
right.
married out of the family without like the whole like sway she did, she wouldn't have been in Ushiromiya anymore and wouldn't be part of their like family conferences or ledger or anything. Man, old Japanese men have like really interesting and different thought processes on words we consider.
Yeah.
I normally think of marriage as a way to join two families, especially when it comes to noble marriages. Or it's a way
Like
to bone your cousins.
Yes, the family circle.
The
Yes.
Habsburg line.
Or the perfectly complete time loop where a man is both his own mother and father and that
Father, grandfather, and great-grandfather.
no, there was a time loop story. Perfect. I think it was Heinlein? Robert Heinlein?
Of course it was.
Yeah, because I
course
think
it's
it was
This man also wrote a story about, like, a sex god from Mars.
who later turns out to be an archangel.
Excuse me if I don't trust a damn thing this dude writes.
No, there was one where I swear to God, like it has like a entire chart on how the timeline works. Where a guy is like, where someone's born, go through life in like orphanage or whatever because they're dropped off there. At some point they become trans and transition to another life, where they end up boning their past self or something, and then give birth to their past to their self, and then drop it off in the past at the orphanage where it started. I don't remember where the fuck It was.
That's, first of all, not how transitioning works. You don't just get a uterus.
Well, I think it's all you zombies. I need to check. Yeah, hold on. This is like some fucked level of like, look at this kind of, look at how this fucking like timeline chart works for how shit's going on. Yeah, they were born, abducted from the hospital, delivered to an orphanage, became their mother's helper, met a stranger, seduced, became pregnant, gave birth and had a sex change operation. Like, leaves the hospital they were at, moves to New York to develop a career as a writer, tells the story to a bartender. Go back in time to somehow meet their past female self, get their past female self pregnant, then get picked up by the bartender.
That's
recruited into the time travel bureau. Did some things.
Also, not how transitioning works. You don't just get working testicles either.
They fucked themselves into making themselves. You don't understand. Like,
the only way any of this works is that at some point, an alternate universe version of themselves appears into the story, which adds another level of convolutedness.
Okay.
But also, like, that's just a cycle of like the worst parts of you becoming you.
Correct.
See, I think the best way to explain this kind of time, however, is imagine you go back in time.
Fucking showy ball.
You go back in time with like a piece that Beethoven wrote, and you hand it to Beethoven to be signed.
You're like, trying to bootstrap paradox this.
Yeah, it's the bootstrap paradox. That's the bootstrap paradox if you don't understand how transitioning works.
So because he was a sci-fi writer back in the... When the fuck was Heinlein alive? Back 60s. In the 50s, because this was pushed in like 59. I think they're operating off the assumption that, say you could do a proper, like, a full transition that would, through some scientific bullshit, let you, like, spread either your genes or... Well, if... Yeah, spread, like, the same genes you've got, or something. Or you... You get...
Remember back in... Yeah, go ahead.
Or you get, like, whoever your donor is, to, like, for, like, your new penis and testicles and shit. Whoever your donor for that was, like, technically your biological father, so you're keeping a consistent genome. It's just you're patching it up through, like, the random person you're getting it from when you transition to keep it.
That's...
So long as, like, the whatever comes out... So long as the, like, semen is the same, you get the same. Yeah, we're assuming time travel, you're complaining about transition realism.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so, sorry.
There's a lot of people that wish that's how transitioning worked.
Yeah.
I'm sure that would bring some kind of euphoria, but, like, that's not how that works.
It's not how it works, no. And this was written in 59, when barely anything was understood about transitioning.
When you transition into a dude, you grow a penis, but you don't grow balls.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot about this because I watched Jesse Nowak.
Oh, the person is intersex. Okay.
What?
They're intersex, and then they were forced to go sexual reassignment surgery.
That makes only marginally more sense.
That fixes some of the issues, not everything else you have with it.
You're still dealing with, like, the fact that you fucked yourself, literally, and with the way genetics work, you're just creating the worst version of a person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know how incest works, but when you commit incest, because of how closely related your genes are to each other, you're more likely to have, like, congenital diseases, genetic diseases.
Yeah, the lack of diversity causing the magnification of such mutations.
He's so inbred, he thinks it's a good idea. Exactly. I failed to see.
It's like how you get... That's how you get 100% inbred.
Yes. So, how did we get into this?
Purely from Natsuhi saying, marriage is meant. It means throwing away your parents' family.
Right. That they go to the Habsburgs of the family circle.
Good.
And then you bring up our Heinlein time traveler that literally fucks himself.
Anyway, back to the dead bodies.
Anyways, right. Right. Let me get back into it. Marriage means throwing away your parents' family. I am Ushiromiya Natsuhi. If I have a family to return to, or to reminisce over, it is only the Ushiromiya family.
It was definitely not an exaggeration. Such was the level of Natsuhi's resolve in calling herself Nushiromiya. That was why she was so sorrowful that, despite all her efforts, it had been fruitless, and she was not even accepted by her husband. If Kraus had been a woman, and you had been the husband... No, I won't say that.
I shan't.
What do you mean by that, Father?
Natsuhi was shocked. If Kinzo's words just now had been meant literally, they would have been more than enough to make up for all the suffering she had suffered up to that point. Forget it. It's just the nonsense of an old man.
Anyways, back to my favorite book by Heinlein.
I too love Stranger in a Strange World. With Martian man Jesus. Stranger in a Strange Land, I know. I've got it right there.
You have the book?
My mom has a bunch of old sci-fi books, and I've got 2 versions of it.
Man, I have Hamlet on my shelf.
My guy, I'm going from Dragon Riders of Pern to Robert A. Heinlein to The Arts of Anime, from Akira to Howl's Moving Castle, and database design for mere mortals. My entire bookshelf is some eclectic bullshit. I've also
Glendus, for the satirical rogues, that's... I actually do have Hamlet in my hand right now.
Anyway. I have a copy of 10 Little Indians with the original. Oh! Okay.
I have the zombie survival guide.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah. Kinzo once again faced away from her. He had told her to forget it, but Natsuhi couldn't help but feeling a warmth in her heart.
Father, even though I'm not connected to you by blood, I am still your daughter. The honor and glory of the Ushiromiya family, and everything that you have left, I guarantee you, I will see it protected myself.
I misread honor.
Red honor?
I'll let you guys... I misread honor, and I was like, that's not the word that is.
Oh, you misread. Yeah.
Oh.
Because I saw H, I was like, that's a B.
Mm-hmm.
You can assume the word I thought it was from there.
Oh, so look, we're off the inbreeding topic now.
The boner from the Ushiromiya family. I'm feeling a little silly today.
I can
Apparently.
tell. I think Fugitech might have crashed because you guys aren't reacting.
Oh no. Grace. Oh no.
Thanks, Fugitech.
If it's not one thing, it's another.
Yep.
Yeesh.
It's fine. It's fine. You guys are there. I'll fix it on the ad break, I guess.
Yeah.
You do not have the
Well, as long as we're
qualification.
still heard.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are still coming through, so.
Yeah.
You do not have the qualifications to wear the one-winged eagle. However, the one-winged eagle is surely engraved in your heart. In that case, you are unmistakably my blood relative, and one who will inherit the glory of the Ushiromiya family. Some will sneer that there is no eagle on your clothes. However, that's nothing to lend an ear to. Only those who hold the eagle in their hearts are my true blood relatives. I now believe it is an honor that I was able to welcome you into the Ushiromiya family. Without saying anything more, Kinzo remained with his back to Natsuhi. However, Natsuhi couldn't help but feel something warm well up inside her that she hadn't felt since long ago. Natsuhi bowed silently to his back and left the room.
Ah, what perfect timing. How is father? You were taking so long, I came to check. You see...
He said he likes my ass more than you, bitch.
When Natsuhi left the study, she saw Ava climbing the stairs, and their eyes met. Ava was smirking unpleasantly, thinking that Natsuhi had just left the room trudgingly after failing to convince Kinzo. Oh, she is absolutely slappable. Like, even her original voice is like the most smug piece of shit you can imagine. Hold on, I need to share this.
Oh no, go for it.
You should hear the voice I gave to
ちょうどいい
Kraus.
タイミングだったわね。お父様の様子はどう？あんまり遅いから様子を見に来ちゃったのよ。
Such a
Okay, so the
smug piece of
performance is on
shit.
point.
Yeah,
Wait.
you've been doing it perfectly, Velvet.
Yeah, I
Ava.
figured I had to lean into that Ojo-sama.
Ava, this is Kraus from possibly beyond the grave. This is not how I sound like in the game. Ava, I need you to hit my wife for me.
Kraus, no!
Will do. After all, she's not wearing the crest after all. She deserves it.
Oh boy. Ava was smirking unpleasantly, thinking that Natsuhi had just left the room trudgingly after failing to convince Kinzo. However, the way Natsuhi was now, such a frivolous laugh would not disturb her. She was not permitted to wear the family crest on her clothing, but she was permitted to wear it in her heart. She spoke calmly, clearly, and confidently, with the dignity of one who would protect the glory of the Ushiromiya family.
Father... Pardon. Father... I keep pausing when I shouldn't. Like, what the... Pardon me, just 1 second. Gotta get those gears started again. It seems stalled.
No problem.
Father said that he would not join in on the family conference. He says that he has no interest in such an obscene topic. Yes, excuses. If you weren't able to persuade Father, say so frankly. How pitiful. I'm beginning to understand Father's feelings of regret. What do you mean by that?
Natsuhi did not answer. Just as Kinzo had done earlier, she showed Ava her back and she headed down the stairs. Struggling to gather what had happened, Ava could only determine that she had been made fun of, and that something had happened to quickly bolster Natsuhi's confidence. Even so, she didn't have enough courage to risk Kinzo's wrath. Unable to knock on the door, she could only scratch at the air in front of it, cluck her tongue, and follow after Natsuhi. That feels like a good enough break. I need to go to the restroom and grab some more tea, and we're about to hit ads anyway.
Alright,
So,
Yeah,
we
I'll
will
just
be back
refill
in
what
a
I
few
can in my
minutes,
cup.
and then I'll try to fix whatever's going on with Fugitech.
Yep.
so in the last hour, we've probably gotten through 15 minutes of gameplay.
Alright, see y'all on the other side of the ads.
Yep.
Alrighty. I've returned. Wait, has anyone else? It doesn't sound like it.
I am back. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, I'm back. Why are these still not...
Howdy.
Okay, you are still not reacting, so I'm going to just put up the Discord thing where your names will pop up on the side.
Yeah, best we can do.
Yeah. You'll just stay like half frozen dead things or whatever going on. And I'll try to fix it when we get back. When stream's over. Bleh. I know what I'm saying.
Alright.
Right.
Alright. Anything to
So
say?
we all ready to continue?
Oh, right, I need to unmove my camera so my avatar moves again. Bleh. There we go. Alright, all good to go.
Okay.
Alright.
So are Nissan and the rest here there? Did Father tell you about them? I didn't get the chance to ask, but they were not inside the study. Father would never let them into his room to discuss such a lowly topic, so it's unlikely that he knows where they went. Let us go downstairs and wait for the servants to return from their search. Breakfast may be late, but how about some tea, Eva-san? I will be fine.
Ava couldn't hide her confusion over the complete difference in Natsuhi's demeanor. She was acting so boldly, and while Ava hated to admit it, she even had a sense of dignity about her. Unable to find fault with anything, she could only follow Natsuhi back to the parlor. When the two of them returned to the parlor, not only Hideyoshi, but the 4 children and Nanjo as well had gathered there. Tolan guessed Nanjo, so that's wrong. Okay. So right now you're both even with 3 guesses for people who are missing, and 2 people who are confirmed alive. It all ranges down to... Actually, The last person you both guessed is Kumasawa. So,
Oh, right. She hasn't popped up,
yeah.
has she?
So whether she lives or dies, you guys will be tied unless Shannon turns out to be dead. In which case, you will lose.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, fuck. Genji, who had been talking with Hideyoshi, reported the current situation when he noticed that Natsuhiro returned.
Have you still not found my husband and the rest?
Yes, my apologies. Also, Kumasawa has been... Fuck. Also, Kumasawa has begun the preparations for breakfast.
Speak of the devil and she shall appear.
Yeah?
She said... God, that shouldn't be such a hard line. She said that she will need just a little longer.
The clock read a little past 8 a.m. 8 o'clock was the time that breakfast was supposed to have started. The mere fact that the hosts had gone over that time limit was a disgrace under normal circumstances.
Kanon is now searching outside. Furthermore, no one has seen Shannon.
Even Shannon. Honestly, how many people has my husband taken on this walk of his?
How many people couldn't be found? With the number of people having grown so large, it was starting to feel truly unpleasant. As though they were the only ones being left out on something interesting. At the very least, it looked like the children, no, Maria especially, felt the same way. She was indignant, her stomach growling, almost as though her mother and the others had left alone to go off and eat something delicious without her. Trying to fix her bad mood, the other children were flipping through the channels on the television, trying to find a program that might interest Maria. Nanjo was sitting on the sofa, gazing blissfully at the children while reading a book. No doubt it was a book about chess. This man has two personalities, doctor and chess.
Oh, to be a simple man like Nanjo.
The sound of footsteps came rushing towards them with a pitter-patter. There was only one set, so they realized before they saw the source that it was not Kraus and the rest, but probably Kanon.
Right. Madam, excuse me. Judging by your appearance, you still haven't been able to find them. My apologies. I still... That will be enough. You've worked hard.
She didn't know where they were, but they had to be somewhere on this island. They hadn't put anything in their mouths since last night, so their stomachs must be growling by now. They'd surely saunter in any time now. Natsuhi was already dumbfounded, and she'd begun to think that there was no urgent need to find them right away.
I will go into the kitchen to prepare some tea for all of the guests. Thanks to both of you for all of your hard work. It's so early in the morning.
Natsuhi, acting as though the release intention had caused a new surge in her headache, left the parlor. Kanon tried to call her as she left, but Natsuhi departed swiftly.
What is it? Was there something else?
Yes. I was unable to find her husband or anyone else, but...
Kanon sounded evasive. He still didn't know where they were, but maybe he had found something with some relation to that? When Ava and Hideyoshi noticed this exchange of words, they came over. They had probably noticed the slightly strange way of Kanon was acting. Ah, fuck, how did Hideyoshi sound?
What's going on, Kanon-kun?
What's going on, Kanon-kun? Did you find Kraus, Nissan, and the others?
Actually, something looked odd about the Rose Garden storehouse.
Something looked odd. What do you mean by that?
It was, How should I explain it?
What does he mean by this?
Canon once again hesitated. He wasn't speaking like anything like you'd expect from the usually fearless Canon. Eva and Hideyoshi exchanged quizzical looks at this display.
What do you mean? You don't mean to say that they're inside the storehouse? No. I'm going to inspect the inside now. I was just returning to get the key, but...
I don't really get it, but sounds like we just gotta investigate inside, right? Where's the key to the storehouse?
it is in the servant's room. Let us check inside the storehouse immediately.
Canon dashed off to the servant room and returned with the key. Genji left the parlor, saying that he would go check, but Eva and Hideyoshi also followed. What was this something odd about the storehouse that had caused the usually fearless Canon to hesitate? It was still pouring outside, but their curiosity over this something that Canon couldn't talk about had won out. While the children made a big fuss watching television, Canon and the rest dashed off to the entrance. The Rose Garden Storehouse was a place that housed various tools used to manage the garden. It was definitely not a pretty building. Because of its appearance, it had been built and hidden in a corner of the Rose Garden. Canon, Genji, Eva, and Hideyoshi came cutting across the Rose Garden holding umbrellas. They entered a small path just off the Rose Garden, which was not used by those simply appreciating the garden, but only by those maintaining it. As they dashed further along, the front of the storehouse came into view. It was a very old shed of a storehouse, and compared to the flawlessly perfect beauty of the Rose Garden, it was pretty seedy looking. It was easy to understand why it had been built in a hard-to-see place. Eva and Hideyoshi arrived at the storehouse long after Canon and Genji. You two sure are fast. I thought my heart was gonna explode.
Never skip leg day. Gotta get on your grind, son.
I guess they did build a storehouse over here, but what is that?
That is a garage door.
When Ava looked at where Canon was pointing, she was at a loss for words. Noticing this, too, Hideyoshi also followed Canon's finger and was likewise too shocked to speak. The entrance to the storehouse was a kind of shutter, and there... Everyone now understood why Canon had been unable to find words that described what he saw. On the shutter, which was completely filthy from being exposed to wind and rain for so long, plastered on it... Hi, Senshia, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Ooh, we got another spooky circle thing going on. Yeah. Something that looked like a strange dark red liquid? Mucus? Maybe it was some kind of sticky paint. Some kind of ghastly substance had been used to draw an indescribably eerie shape. The rain had caused it to drip down in several places, like fresh blood leaking from an open wound.
Foreshadowing.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Wait, no, that's R2D2, not spooky.
I can do crows too.
You can do what?
It hurts. Crows.
Oh.
Hmm.
There was no longer any point in being choosy with words. A ghastly dark red substance meant to look like blood had been used to draw some kind of figure or mark, intended to suggest something ominous. 2 concentric circles were drawn there, and inside them was a design that looked like a cross. The 4 ends of the cross were widely exaggerated, and it looked like some kind of crest from somewhere around Europe.
Yes, somewhere in Europe.
Ah, yes,
That was
Europe.
bad.
Ah, yes, Europe.
Oh, yes, Europe.
Oh, yeah, Europe. Don't you know?
Europe.
Probably around the Austrian, Germany place during the 40s. That's an Iron Cross. That's an Iron Cross. That's what Iron Crosses look like.
Okay. And in the cracks between the shapes, written closely packed together, were some familiar, unfamiliar characters or possibly symbols. What a vulgar bit of graffiti. Could this be one of those magic circles used in demonic rituals? With reference to this ghastly shape, drawn with a deep red dripping substance, Hideyoshi's comparison was not unreasonable.
When was this drawn? Oh, right.
Yeah.
I forgot I voiced both characters right now.
Yeah, gonna have to gear shift between voices at this point.
Yep.
Downshift.
Yeah.
Last night, I came here before it started raining, but there was nothing drawn here at that time.
We must do something before anyone else sees this. If they laid eyes upon it, it would cause them great discomfort.
That's right. Even though it's just a shed, I don't want to leave such an unpleasant scribble untouched for even 1 second.
That's you.
There is some paint inside the storehouse. Let us paint over it temporarily, as an emergency measure, then repaint it again someday when the weather is good.
Genji remembered that he had just recently seen another piece of graffiti, and that it too had been made with a strange, dark red substance the same color as this. That must have been... That was right. He had seen it on the door to Natsuhi's room.
Kanon-kun. Let's remove this graffiti quickly and return, alright? Even though it's just a storehouse, it's really irritating to have graffiti around the home that I was brought up in. Yes. I will take care of it immediately.
Oh no, a little bit of graffiti in your fucking private island. Such a tragedy. I have fucking gang graffiti across the street from my house. That's a true fact, by the way. I'm not making that up. I don't know
I don't doubt it. It's just...
Man, can't have nothing in that city.
Seriously. Can't have shit.
Well, to be fair, it's also the concerning bit of who the fuck did this when we're on a private rich people island?
Oh yeah.
That's the other concerning part beyond just, oh no, poor rich people. It's like, who the fuck did this and why would they make it look like blood? Ow, fuck. I was humming too hard.
Oh no,
Ow.
not the dead rich people.
Yes, but remember, you're playing as one of the rich people who are not dead yet.
I'm aware.
Kanon squatted in front of the shutter and unlocked it, and he then lifted it up with all of his strength. A boisterous noise resounded, and the eerie shape drawn on the shutter began to get sucked in through the top of it as the shutter was raised. At
It made a
least,
slurping noise.
for the time being, that ominous thing disappeared from their direct gaze, and they all breathed a sigh of relief. Dun 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 dun!
Back inside the house.
Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom.
There you go, Legion of Doom. He's got
The League of Evil.
Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom.
Thanks to a kids program that they had come across, Muya was feeling much better. Battler and Jessica were making fun of the kids' TV shows at every turn, cackling.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hey, it's us! George was enjoying the program along with Muya. Nanjo sat on the sofa by himself, passing the time by reading quietly. They heard hurried footsteps coming from the hallway. They were the footsteps from a single person. Did that mean it wasn't the group before that had just left? Genji was the one who had returned. It was very rare for Genji, who considered being out of breath a violation of a servant's virtues, to be gasping for air.
Be right back.
He had probably come dashing back from outside the mansion. His shoulders were soaking wet, and he didn't have his usual smart appearance. When Genji noticed Nanjo looking at him, he gave a small, silent bow and quickly approached him. God damn it, Soundwave, you left it right at the worst time. God... How could you? You have one line. Well, probably more, but you've got one line right here. Come on.
Well, I mean, Genji is talking to Dr. Nanjo, which is another Soundwave
Right,
character.
you got 2 lines. God.
Ooh.
What? Nuke says...
TK just sent a message saying, Nuke says he will be rating you in a sec. IDK if... Yeah, you'll see the rest.
Oh god, forewarning. Now it feels tense. Like, when's he gonna appear? Ooh. Dun, 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 dun.
Dr. Nanjo. My apologies.
Oh, now
Please, come with me quickly. Sorry, my dad yelled real loud and I needed to mute my mic.
That's fair.
1 second.
He entered the house and he started yelling at me and my sister's names.
Yeah, don't want to dox you. We already know you live right in gang territory, so...
Yeah.
Oh, you mean most of the United States?
Yes! And then not even talking about... that's not even talking about the ISP gangs. Because they're basically gangs at this point with how they've drawn up their territory.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. That's fair.
Sorry about that, I'll click in a sec, I'm just stirring tea. Alright, there we go.
What's happening?
What? What happened? I should not just immediately default to the Mickey Mouse short of all things. After all that.
No, I said she was fucking goofy.
Let's get you whispered something into Nanjo's ear. Nanjo's face changed color. He stood from the sofa, trying not to be noticed by the children who were still engrossed by the TV. And the two of them rapidly left the parlor, muffling their footsteps. Just as they were leaving the parlor, they came across Natsuhi, who was pushing a serving cart loaded with a tea set. Genji whispered something into Natsuhi's ear, and Natsuhi's face, too, changed color, shocked. Then, leaving the serving cart where it was, the three of them started dashing towards the entrance. George noticed them running down the rose garden through the window. What's this? Genji-san, Dr. Nanjo, and that's Aunt Natsuhi, isn't it?
What's up, Aniki?
Maybe something's happened. They looked horribly flustered. Jessica and Maria also realized that something had happened from the facts that Ava, Hideyoshi, and Nanjo were no longer in their seats. And because the serving cart had been abandoned at the entrance to the parlor.
Could there have been some kind of accident?
Let's go check it out. It's no fun to be the only ones left out, right? Hey kids, want to see a dead body?
For some reason, what Soundwave had said sounded extremely indiscreet. But they couldn't deny that they were a little insecure and concerned after seeing the adults run off into the rain, disregarding their appearance.
Let's check it out, alright? I need to know what's happened.
Jessica's insecure words spoke for all of them.
Hey, Maria, you coming too? Or will you watch TV?
I want TV.
And the rest of us will go by ourselves. Maria-chan, we'll be back here soon. Stay here watching TV.
Flash.
Savior of the universe!
It is the 80s.
Yeah.
What are other 80s cartoons that she could probably be watching?
Thunder.
Thunder.
Thundercats.
Thundercats!
By the power of Grayskull.
Oh!
Old She-Ra, because I don't know old She-Ra.
I think
that's also by the power of Grayskull.
Was it? What also came out in the 80s? Tokyo Mew Mew, I think.
No, I
shit
think
about
it's
Tokyo
in
Mew Mew.
the
Utsure
90s, 2000s.
What was the translation for Utsure Yatsura then?
Ursay Yatsura?
Wasn't that?
That was the 80s, yeah.
Yeah, that was 81. In the Umineko anime, she was watching Higurashi.
Jesus Christ.
Of course.
Of all the anime I would let a kid watch, that is not on the list.
Even with the slice of life scenes.
I
that are in
mean,
that series.
once you watch that with us and then start riffing on everything that was happening, like we're doing with this game. But that does make sense, considering Ryushiki loves to reference his own work in this shit. Like, he straight up mentions Umineko Higurashi and references it in this VN.
So does that mean it's a piece of fiction in this world, therefore creating the
Yes.
the fiction within fiction thing?
Yes. By the time the kids went outside, they had lost sight of the adults who had left earlier. But it looked like Jessica had a pretty good idea of where they had gone from the direction they had been running. Following Jessica, they ran through the rain-soaked rose garden. It felt like the wind suddenly got stronger.
Zephyr beating my ass.
The malicious sound of thunder began to ring out like it had the previous night. It felt somewhat eerie, like something eerie had surrounded the island and was trying to stop them from moving forward.
Jessica, what's over this way?
I'm pretty sure there's a storehouse for gardening tools or something.
What in the world could be in a place like that?
Dead bodies.
Just as Jessica had said, a storehouse came to view in front of them. They could also see the adults there. The shutter to the storehouse was open, and several of the adults looked as though they were searching for something. For some reason, only Natsuhi was outside the storehouse, not even holding an umbrella. She was facing away from them, and it looked like she was hanging her head. The ones who had just left, Genji, Nanjo, and Natsuhi. That bothers me that they're not in that order now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Genji, Nanjo. You can do a simple left to right stuff. That's just simply replacing sprites. And the ones who had left before them, Kanon, Ava, and Hideyoshi, made this a large gathering of people, but there was absolutely no bustle of activity. When Natsuhi realized that the children had come, a terrible expression rose to her face, and she ran at them with her arms spread wide.
Don't come over here. Go back to the mansion.
However, no. Because of that, the kids saw the scene that Natsuhi was trying to keep them away from. Inside the storehouse, with the shutter wide open, a flickering, fluorescent light shone down. And over there.
Oh, right. Yeah!
Screaming noises.
Listen, it doesn't know that I have one of my parents sleeping in their room in the room next door, so I can't exactly be too loud.
No, it's just get it out, blood-curdling scream in the middle of the night. I'm sure it'll go over swimmingly.
Yeah, especially with my father, who's not as forgiving as my mother when his sleep is disturbed.
Yeah. Jessica's piercing shriek rang out. But that's only because Jessica's scream was the loudest. The same thing spilled out of Battler and George's mouths as well.
I'm not screaming.
Coward. Do it, you coward.
No. I have paper-thin walls.
Just commit to the bit. It'll only let the gang know where you are.
Oh my god.
No, the gangs tend to leave people who aren't in gangs alone.
Yeah, it's kind of the golden rule a lot of gangs follow.
Ava, just like
I'm also poor, so...
Ava,
Yeah.
just like Natsuhi, spread her arms and, with terrible expression, roared at the kids.
George, take everyone and return to the mansion. Quickly, right now.
When Natsuhi had spread her arms, one might have thought that she was trying to prevent them from advancing any further. However, right now, that wasn't why Ava was spreading her arms. She was trying to hide that terrible scene from the kids. Excuse me. It was her mother's heart trying to protect the eyes and hearts of us children by attempting to block our view of that terrible scene by at least the width of her arms.
Is this some kind of joke? Is it?
I had seen this cheap scene all too often. In manga, TV, anime, and movies, I'd seen it over and over again. This was just seeing something appear in real life that I had seen plenty of times before in some of those more sensational movies, wasn't it? That
This is
alone
just like JoJo
shouldn't.
1.
But that suit, it's the old bastards, isn't it? Isn't it? Ah! There's the shout he needed.
Welcome, Raiders.
Oh god! Hi, Nuke Senpai. How's it going? How was your game? What was it? Twitch set up a new shout-out thing, right?
Everyone.
Nuke Senpai. Oh, and Iconic Angel, thank you for the follow. We are playing Umineko. Oh god, Brasslash 17 and Sleepy Umber on 20. Thank you for the follows. Oh god. Hi.
You came in at the correct time.
Yeah, you know what? Hamp is saying it right. You kids want to see a dead body. We're playing a murder mystery visual novel, and you came in right as the bodies were found.
Hey kids, want to see a dead body?
That's good. What were you all playing? Yeah.
A body has been
You were playing Pokemon Black and White? Okay, nice. Were you just playing the game itself or playing Challenge Mode Nuzlocke or whatever? Oh, a Soul Link.
Nope, that doesn't work.
It's
I have
SO.
no idea how to do shut up. Oh.
SO.
SO.
Nightbot? Nightbot?
Ooh.
Nightbot? Where are you? What?
Oh, no.
Nightbot Gashinda. Apparently Nightbot's dead, so that won't work, but...
Oof.
Yeah, okay. Uh-oh. It happens, don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry to hear you lost some of your good friends. I hope you're still able to recover from the run and not have to... It won't end like my last Pokemon Nuzlocke went, where I literally only had like a Garchomp at the ice gym. Everyone else was dead. And I had to power level that thing to survive the ice damage.
No.
Yeah, that was a... I don't forgive Cadence for wiping my entire team. Cadence or Candace? Candace, I
I think
think.
it's probably Candace for the ice pun.
Yeah.
Candies.
You have genesected Palkia. Okay, you're probably fine. You're probably fine then if you got Genesect and Palkia. Like, it's hard to lose when you've got two legendaries backing you up, though. Important question. Important question. Did one of you get Victini? Because that is a very odd... That's a very odd encounter in that game because it technically doesn't die if you lose to it or you beat it. Because it just comes back. I lost a slacking and a do what? Oh, not do what? Not your little otter, otter friend. No. Combustion go. Oh, it's so. It's a randomized. That's why you have. I had to stop and think then because you mentioned having Palkia. So I'm like, wait. You can't really get him in black and white. How? So that makes sense. So that's also why one of you has got two legendaries, the other has a Combustion and a Golett. That is you're in a tight encounter there, but I wish you the best of luck with recovery. I'm sure you can manage it. How far? What gym are you at, or how far did you all get for this so far? RNG slot, yeah. Oh, you're down to 2 Pokemon at the second gym. That's rough, buddy. Did Silent, Cress, and Chili really wipe you hurt that bad? Wow. Oof. But she had a Zekrom. Oh no! You got bodied by a Zekrom. That's terrible. I'm so sorry. Oh. But best of luck to the both of you. I hope you guys can recover from that situation and overcome her Zekrom, because she should not have that at that point in time. That's just unfair. Let's, shall we see some dead bodies, kids?
Yes.
Right, oh boy, I get to do some shouting. Fuck. Let me forget my... That alone shouldn't, but... that suit. That's the old bastards, isn't it? I get it. Then that's Uncle Kraus. And Kiryu-san. And Auntie Rose.
Dad! You mustn't, Jessica. You mustn't go in. You mustn't look. Yeah. Again, if it wasn't for someone sleeping in the room next door and thin enough walls with degraded insulation,
just hold a pillow over their faces. They won't hear it.
Oh yes, let me suffocate my father real quick.
You'll be able to voice act as loud as you want after that.
It's something my mom considers every night my dad snores. Rigor mortis has set in across the entire body. Probably at least 6 hours have passed since death. As far as I can tell by looking at the damaged area, there's a high probability they were damaged after their deaths. No, I must watch what I say. I am a general practitioner. Examining corpses is outside my area of expertise.
I mean, even like a general practitioner could still say, yeah, this person's dead, and like this person's dead, and like give a rough time of death. Like,
yeah.
I mean, they make you work like in medical school, like every part of that fucking corpse they make you learn. Yeah. So what does it mean? Just killing them wasn't enough? So they went on to do something like that? I say, this here the work of the devil, I say. Why am I going Foghorn Leghorn? That's entirely the wrong direction. I'll say.
Well, I'll say. Boy,
let me tell you, I say.
That boy ain't right.
They bleed a lot here, but not here, exactly. Aunt Natsuhi caught Jessica in her arms, and Auntie Ava caught George and Iki. so I was the only one who could approach from the entrance to the storehouse. If only someone had been there to catch me too. I wouldn't have needed to have this horrible, evil scene burned into my eyes. No, that's not it. I'm standing here not because the people who could catch me aren't here, but because the people who would catch me are right there. Just as Jessica had said it did look like a storehouse used to keep gardening tools. A lawnmower and its replacement blades, a grass sickle and a hammer, a saw and some construction tools.
Sickle and hammer.
Da da ba 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 ba.
It's a very serious moment, but I saw sickle and hammer.
You know, gotta find some levity when you're staring down dead bodies. Piled up potted plants and bags of fertilizer. Go on.
You gotta find some levity when you find out that you're an orphan.
Well, not only an orphan, you also got a younger sister or something that's also an orphan now. Because she was mentioned at the very beginning of the VN, and we have not seen her since that, like, one line.
Not only are you an orphan, you're an adult, so, like, you don't get any, like, benefits from the state.
No, I think is he?
Care.
Yeah, I think he's
18.
like he just got 18, right?
The age of adulthood.
Yeah, right. He left when he was
20
12,
for
right?
Japan.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, so technically the age of adulthood is 20, but like you're able to be independent almost fully at 18.
Right.
And treated just the same. The corpses of several people had been laid to rest there. No, had been thrown in there. I could tell them by their clothes. That old bastard Kirie-san. Uncle Kraus and Auntie Rosa. Further back, Goda-san, and... There's still more of them? Just... How many people die? Fucking hell, I can't even count them on one hand. God fucking... Oh, right. Right.
Six
They're
people
dead
have
now.
died. So, I was right for at least 2 of them. I can't remember if I said Rosa.
So, your guesses were as follows. Natsuhi, Goda, Rosa, Rudolph, Kumasawa, Kinzo, and not Shannon.
So Goda's dead, Rosa's dead,
Rudolph is dead.
Rudolph is dead, which I predicted at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, my man started speaking in semaphore right before the end of the night. Throwing up flags like, I'm gonna get murdered! Let's have a family meeting! I want to share all my dark secrets with you, Battler and Kirie. Don't just forget Angie, she's not here. I didn't know whether it had been one of these gardening tools, which, if used for something other than their intended purpose, could definitely be wielded with a naked brutality, or whether some horrible tool had been brought here specially for this. Whatever the case, the bodies lying around here, each of them had been given an atrocious makeover. This isn't a damn makeover, this is more like their faces have been Oh. That's why they've got red over their faces. That's where, like, their body's been torn apart. Missing his face, missing half his face. She's gone. She's gone. Goda's just a smiling jar to flap his gums at people in the afterlife. And I noticed those changes. I want to finish up with at least getting the full body count before seeing what was changed in the character profiles.
So you know Glenn from The Walking Dead. That's what Goda looks like.
Exactly. Oh, poor Glenn. He was one of the characters I did actually like in that show before I stopped watching it.
True.
Their faces were...
Stephen Young's a fantastic actor.
He's amazing. I need to see more of his stuff he's in now. Their faces were smashed, forced into an expression that a normal person couldn't even make after death. I couldn't tell where their eyes or nose were, but I could find the mouth, because it was gaping wide, with the ridges of their teeth exposed. But their front teeth were missing, and even the cheek showed that it could have been should have covered it was all torn up and exposed. The stylish makeup that he spent way too much time fussing on for a guy is no help at all.
Dad. Sure, I always thought you were going to hell, but you weren't this bad, right? You weren't such a son of a bitch to have this done to you, Kyrie-san. Didn't I tell you to stop going out with this guy? There's no reason for you to go through this as well. There's no face. There's no fucking face. Shit, come on! Battler, you mustn't look at this anymore. There's no way that your mother and father would want you to see them like this. For your mother and father's sakes, you mustn't look. Not my mom. And people are supposed to have faces, and they look like they're sleeping peacefully, aren't they? There's no face. My dad and Kyrie-san have no faces. I don't even know what kind of faces they were wearing when they died. What the hell am I meant to do? Are you telling me I have to see their mangled, monstrous faces every time I remember Dad and the rest? Well, that's perfect. Because I didn't even want to remember that old bastard smug face anyway. This is perfect. Perfect. But you know why Kyrie-san's face is as well? But you know why Kyrie-san's face as well? Kyrie wasn't a bastard. I sometimes got a little sick of her, but she was a little cool, just like a big sister to me. She didn't deserve this. She didn't deserve this. At least Uncle Kraus is better, isn't he? It's not his whole face, just the side. He at least has half of his fucking face left. Better than this, better than that than this.
God damn. Why tonight?
Why don't you pick more people who had died as your voices?
To be fair, I would have had to voice all the female voices that weren't dead in the first place.
That's fair.
Oh man, not half of my voice cast. Oh no! Whatever shall I do?
Don't worry, I'll be sure to make it up by giving Battler a lot of fucking lines for you to read right when it's annoying. Trying to shut out my reckless words, Jessica tried to fill her ears with the sound of her own screaming. Stop it, Battler-kun! Just stop it! Just stop it!
Aniki.
Whoa! That's like a crying whoa.
Wow, 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 wow.
Wow, 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 wow.
No.
What you gonna? What you gonna? What you gonna do?
Disregarding age and appearance, I fell to my knees, clinging to Aniki's waist and sobbing. It was as if I was crying on behalf of everyone there, representing the feelings of everyone there. I screamed over and over. Yeah.
Maria, the witch killed your mom.
Maybe that'll finally get her to stop being so creepy about witches.
Oh, it's so cool. They are real.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like,
she was a cunt anyways. Whoa!
Maria!
She beat me. What the fuck did you expect? Fair enough, but you're not supposed to talk like that.
Yeah, you're supposed to use that language like when you're away from the adults. But, Father, the ones who are lying over there. Uncle Kraus, Uncle Rudolph, Auntie Kyrie, Auntie Rosa, Goda-san. 5 people? No. 6. there's... There's one more here. The body that Hideyoshi was looking down on now was hidden in the shadow of a mountain of random objects. In a blind spot to George, who stood by the entrance. So George couldn't tell whose body it was. Therefore, George cursed himself. He cursed the part of him that imagines the worst and is always right. So, the one lying on the feet is Shannon, isn't it? Yes. And that's it! You lose!
I'm gonna go hang myself now. I'm gonna go get the rope.
Alright.
Yeah, the fan's tall enough.
But can it support your weight?
Absolutely the fuck not.
Tragic. Yeah.
I'm not turning off sound suppression. I'm not gonna make that much noise.
No, but
Just
congratulations, you lost to Tolan! Hey! Pachi. Omedetou gozaimasu.
But like the fucking poem said the two who are close are gonna be teared apart.
Yeah, on the second twilight, those who remain shall tear apart the two who are close. Almost like it's a red herring. Well, we've not seen her dead body profile, but I'll wait. I'll check to see when that changes, and then we'll read through what's changed to the character profiles. Because there's probably more information for us to read there. Wait, that plopping noise, does that mean it's updated, or?
I think
yeah,
so.
there it is. Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Shannon. Corpse found inside the Rose Garden storehouse. It seems the side of her head was smashed after death. Don't worry. Everyone will revive in the Golden Land. Goda Toshiro. Corpse found inside the Rose Garden storehouse. His fame seems to be smashed after death. How unfortunate. Apparently he was actually supposed to be on duty inside the guest house. They've all got the same opening thing, like, I'll be seeing her again, so I'm not lonely.
Hey, Maria. What the fuck?
Rudolph, he has the right to lament his ill fortune. She was chosen by the demon's roulette. That's all there is to it. Corpse found inside the Rose Garden storehouse. The direct cause of death is unknown, but it seems the side of his head was smashed after death. We start where it all begins.
This is bullshit, by the way.
Oh, shut up, Two-Face.
Couldn't have finished the job. I have such a headache right now.
I'm sure you do, but don't worry. Shannon has a bigger one.
Oh, yes. A headache. At least you have a head. You can't talk to me like this. We're both dead, motherfucker.
Yes, it's Shannon, Shan. George was completely silent. He shook lightly, his lower lip trembling.
At least your parents are alive.
But his fiancée is dead!
Are we checking her finger?
I don't know, probably. I mean, that's... yeah. But, like, he proposed last night and she didn't immediately say no. He was supposed to get the answer now, so... She's Schrodinger's fiancée. Not in the whole, like, alive or dead thing. She's very clearly dead. It's just whether or not they're actually, like, partners then.
No, she's extremely dead.
Like, see that sand that goes up the wall? That's her.
See, here's the thing. Had I been playing this by myself, I would have been fucking devastated at her death.
So we're ruining the emotional impact.
I really like Shannon.
I know, she's so nice.
Who's the nicest person in the mansion?
Tragic.
What the fuck does that mean? I was nice.
No, sir, you were an absolute bastard.
Alright, that's fair. But
Like
you
you're
shouldn't be
literally
saying
a
that.
bastard. Your old father doesn't want to even see your face.
Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, does that mean Ava gets the fucking gold?
Oh, perhaps.
Yeah, like honestly, I expect when I first went through the first episode, I was fully expecting George to be either dead immediately or like one of the killers. That was my first expectation because he is too nice of a guy. He should not be allowed to have nice things. Then I remember the other writing trope is if you have someone who's too nice, the other way to treat it is to make the world absolutely miserable for them.
The other way to treat it is fridge their fiance.
I mean, I don't think you can put the
Although
body in
he's
a
not-
fridge now. It'd kind of stink up the place.
You know what fridging is, you son of a bitch.
He wanted to run up to his beloved, screaming and crying. But before rashly coming up to her, he mustered up all his strength and asked his father, Is Shannon also the same as Uncle Kraus and the others? I'll put money on purple dress being a killer. You mean Ava?
Ava?
You mean this chick, Ava?
Moi?
Yeah.
I perish the thought. I wouldn't stoop to such a barbaric act.
Ava, I swear to God, if you murdered me, that this flies in the face of the
Oh,
entire plan.
so Natsuhi.
We were supposed to kill.
This purple dress
Natsuhi
then.
makes
Natsuhi.
more sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Ava, I swear to God, if you killed me, it flies in the face of the entire plan. We're
Yeah.
supposed to kill the old man. I'm not that old.
Well, you are the oldest among the siblings.
True.
I'm
true.
47.
Yeah. Yeah, that means you're the
Not only
oldest.
that, I would have more gold for myself after all.
Go fuck yourself.
One gets more than three.
I'm gonna haunt your ass for the rest of your days, which are probably numbered.
Hideyoshi deeply understood the meaning of those words, so he couldn't give George a quick answer. Excuse me. No. He thought that, to George right now, that was the only possible sincere and loving response. When George had asked whether she was the same, he had meant to ask whether her corpse was the same as the others. Since Hideyoshi hadn't denied it, it meant the body was just as horrible. Can I look at Shannon? No. No, you can't. Why? After all, I won't be able to see Shannon's face again, right? So, why can't I see her last face?
Because it's not there.
Last time you met Shannon-chan was yesterday. Yes? I see. When you left her, what kind of face was she showing you? It was a wonderful smile. After receiving the ring, she was bewildered even though her heart should have been decided. Bashful. And so embarrassed to show him that face that she ran away. That expression was revived in George's mind. I see. Then, I'm sure Shannon-chan would have also wished to leave you with that smile. Hideyoshi looked down upon Shannon's body lying at his feet. Just like the others' bodies, it was in such a horrible state that it would make anyone want to cover their eyes. Half of the face had been smashed off, and no more than half of her expression remained. If that remaining half, soaked red with blood, had been wiped clean, that graceful smiling face might have been peeking out. Only half of it. Without thinking, Hideyoshi slapped his hand over his eyes. How cruel. If If only all of it had been crushed, if they were going to crush it, then he might have been able to deceive George's heart for a while by saying that it was just someone else wearing Shannon's clothes. Yet they left half her face. It had caused the body so much humiliation, and also made it clear that this body was none other than Shannon. How inhumane. How monstrous. There at Hideyoshi's feet, trying to burn his best to burn the image of the remaining half of Shannon's expression into his eyes, was Kanon. Kanon was not crying. Tears had risen to his eyes, but they did not drip down. But that didn't mean that he wasn't feeling as much sadness as everyone else. Losing Shannon, who had lived with him in the gospel house, whom he had loved as a sister, must have been the same as losing a blood relative. George, I'm sure Shannon-chan would be grateful. She wouldn't want you to see her like this. I'm sure she'd be thanking you for staying strong. I understand. I understand, Father. I understand. George leaned against the outside wall of the storehouse, sinking down powerlessly. Father, I have a request. What is it? I want you to look for me on Shannon's finger. Is there a ring? A ring? Let me see. Hideyoshi crouched down. As he did, Kanon silently pointed at one of Shannon's hands. Yeah, there is. It's a diamond ring, and not a chip diamond. Must have been pretty expensive. And which hand? Which finger is it on? The ring finger of her left hand. I see. So Shannon-chan was engaged.
George, you couldn't have...
Ava. Right now, that doesn't matter. A man made a lifelong promise to Shannon-chan. He promised her happiness for life. It doesn't matter who it was. Being told that by a man. It's a woman's dream, isn't it?
So, very serious moment.
Very serious moment. I know what you're going to say. I was going to wait for the rest of the line to go before...
Very serious moment. That's...
It's the 80s.
A little dated.
It's the 80s. It's literally dated.
Yeah.
Fuck, I had to click off to...
that.
I know, I was trying to click off to, like, let you do your thing, but... I don't even know when she received this ring. I also don't know who gave it to her, but... Even so, Shannon-chan took this ring. And... she accepted it. And put it on her left ring finger. I'm sure the man who gave it to her... was very happy too. To most of the people there, Hideyoshi was simply disturbed by this extraordinary situation and was blurting out strange things. But to those who really know the truth about George and Shannon's relationship, everything he said makes sense. I see. Thank you, Father. George stood up. The traces of tears still streaked his face, but his expression had returned to its usual calm. Let's go.
Pardon, I'm just gonna step away so I can put away the spaghetti sauce.
No problem.
That's still on the stovetop.
No problem. I think you're good.
I'll be right back in a few.
Should be good for the moment, probably. Yeah. Let's go. Batlurkun. Jessica-chan. If we stay here any longer, we'll get in the way of the adults. Oh, God. Right as I said, you should be fine. Ah. Of course my timing is always like that. God damn. But it happens. Okay.
Everyone lost someone that night.
Yep.
Battler lost the remaining parent, as well as his stepmom.
His stepmom. Maria lost her mom. Jessica and Nazi lost Kraus.
Which, to be honest,
Not much of a loss.
not much of a loss.
Yeah. Canon and George lost Shannon. Goda was just God and no one cares.
Go to
Rip Bozo.
Rip Bozo.
This poor man, he's dead. And we're laughing at him.
I mean, he was an asshole.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he deserved to die, but he was an asshole in a game like this.
Yeah. Well, that's the first 6 deaths, meaning there's still 7 more.
Yup.
Real talk here, who do you think I don't think we mentioned it before, but who do you think the final runners are going to be? I'm going to replace the first death count with this.
Like the final people
Yeah.
like left after all
Yeah.
of this.
Yeah, we've got 13 deaths,
gonna
so hold on, let me pull up.
I'm gonna say Battler
Okay.
and Maria. So this is 13 deaths, so I have 5
Yeah.
people I've got a name.
Yeah.
Battler, Maria. Natsuhi's probably gonna survive.
Battler,
Kinzo.
Maria, Nazi, You think Kinzo's gonna survive this?
He didn't die initially, so he's gonna survive the whole thing.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so that's 4. Who is your 5th person you think is going to be part of this, like the final crew? You've already got Maria as like a final girl if you're going... Maria or Nazi as like a final girl if you're going by horror film tropes. You've got 1 more person.
God. Hannon.
Canon.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Now, who do you think is the culprit of... Under the assumption there are only 18 people on the island, so we can clear out any, like, what if there's a 15th person? What if Beatrice is real? Under the assumption only 18 people exist on this island. Of the people who have survived, who do you think is a culprit?
The culprits, like as of right now?
Yeah, as of right now, as of what you have seen.
Well, Genji
Okay.
it might be a culprit. Natsuhi might be a culprit.
I'm just gonna do a squiggle on their face for that, because I fucked up when writing on... Actually, I could probably just recircle these. 2, 3...
See, due to the way, if you go to Rose's profile,
Yes.
go to Rose's profile, I'll be seeing her again, so I'm not lonely.
That implies...
Which implies
This is a biased...
Maria.
Yeah, it implies it's Maria, or it's also a, like, bias, like, someone in character is writing these profiles. This isn't like a third-party encyclopedia. Right. So you think Maria's a culprit, then?
possibly. Like, it's kind of like a, well, she's pretty creepy.
I'll just
Her
put...
mom did beat her.
I'll just put a triangle around her instead of a full star. So those are the ones you assume.
Yeah.
Anything else? Like you might... Any other thoughts you have after the first batch of deaths?
Well, since their cause of death isn't super obvious, I would assume poison.
Okay.
But
Oh,
it could also be a stab wound because their bodies haven't been fully examined.
okay, we've got 2 push-ups and a hydrate from TU. Start moving. 1, 2. Thanks for the redeems, TU. How's it going? And thank you for the hydrate. But...
Oh.
So, yeah. There's... You back? More suicide... Oh, God. Sorry to hear sewer stuff
a
still
big
happening at your base. But to go back to, like, your thought process, if they had been poisoned or, like, suffocated in some way, destroying the face would be a good way to hide a fair bit of evidence, because...
Yep.
If I remember right, when you get, like, choked or, like, suffocated or something like that or poisoned, your tongue bloats up in the mouth, helping block
Well,
the...
it depends on the type of poison, because some poison doesn't suffocate you.
Yeah.
It just kills you.
Yeah, but a lot of poisons will have some, like, visible physical effect on, like, the face and eyes and mouth. So getting rid of those would help muddle the information and limit what possibilities people could suspect.
If it's a poison that causes anaphylactic shock, yes.
Yeah.
But if it's a poison like, I don't know, acute mercury poisoning, you don't experience asphyxiation.
You're insistent
You
on
just
this
die.
mercury poisoning thing, huh?
I'm telling you, mercury smells sweet.
I
you
say I
have-
believe you. I'm just saying you're railing down this one path insistently.
It's one of those things that you can poison someone with. Like, just through the air. You don't asphyxiate, you just die.
Okay, but in that case, the only people who would really be exposed or with enough time to get like the poisoning would be Genji, Nanjo, and Kinzo. And you're already insistent Kinzo's gonna live.
Well, he's gonna live for a while.
No, you said Kinzo's gonna live to the end. You're not backing out of this now.
He's gonna live to the end and then probably, like, die of old age or some bullshit.
Alright. But I've got your final survivor list written up. Velvet's still not back?
There's also...
Damn.
Yeah, there's also a chance Nazi doesn't survive, but, like, that's... I don't think George will survive, or if he does, he's gonna have just the absolute roughest time of it.
I mean, well, yeah, he is the only one who could lose both his fiance and his parents. So,
Yeah.
okay, the guy with the giant stash is dead. This guy right here, big old balding man. Yeah, 'cause
I picked a bad time to go hang out with my friend Kinzo.
yeah, this fucker's dead, huh? Okay. But yeah, I like what your thought process so far, but let's see. Where was the rest of the epitaph? So we know 6 die, then the 2 who are close. Since your initial guess of like Shannon and George is wrong, your thoughts on who that'll be then?
For the second Twilight?
Yeah. The 2 who are close.
Close? Okay, so it's either close to the gold or, like, actually, like, emotionally close.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
This is a very hard situation.
Kinzo and Nanjo might be up there.
Okay.
But like Ava and
Hideyoshi. Yeah.
could also die due to being close.
Jessica, they're the only
Jessica
couple.
has scenes left.
Yeah. Jessica has scenes left. Yeah. But I mean, also, like, as a writing tool, killing someone off is a great way to, like, suddenly change the dynamic and leave stuff they want unfulfilled. And that causes problems on its own. So her dying early could cause so many other ripples because, like, hey, Natsuhi realizes she's kind of a shitty mother. Oh no, what'll she do now? Oh, like, and then, I don't fucking know. Like, Ava would then get shit out of Jessica being dead because, hey, my son is finally the head. Oh boy. Yeah. There's a lot of different ways you can take it just from this so far, and it's really fascinating hearing your thought process. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's forget, was there anything else in the epitaph?
A lot of it's just people who are going to die.
Gouge the head, gouge the chest, blah, 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 blah. The witch revives, and none shall be left alive. House of Gold. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I think if Velvet takes, like, a little bit longer... Okay, it looks like an ad break is about to start, actually. I think I might take advantage of that. Hopefully Velvet should be back by the time it is over. And we can get back to this. Because then now that people are dead, we'll have to, like, start learning more about what people actually learned about the bodies and shit. And the whole mysterious symbol. So...
Yep.
in that case, I am going to run ads now, but before it just forces itself on in like 2 minutes. So we will be back in a few minutes, and hopefully.
I'd like to point out,
yes.
Case, your son of a bitch, you knew who was going to die.
Yes, I
and
did.
You were like, oh yeah, Shannon's gonna live.
No,
motherfucker.
No, I said, oh, is that what you think? I've been making sure never to directly confirm or deny what's happening here. I want you to, like, think through this on your own until we catch up to where I was in episode 2. Alright? But in that case, we'll be back in a few minutes after these ads. See you on the flip side.
Good timing, there's ads.
Alright, I have returned.
Yep. You want to know something? The minute you left, it was a Jessica line.
What?
It was a Jessica line, like literally the second you left.
Are you kidding?
Yup. Ads have ended for me. I don't know if they've ended for anyone else.
Yeah, I think the only exception should be Hamster unless he left.
Hamster.
Well, ads just ended over here.
Hamster's still here.
Yep. Ugh. Oh. Shit. Yeah, a little under half of my voices have died.
Alcohol plus midnight equals EP.
Oh. Yeah, no, felt.
Man, that's some East Coast type beat.
Well, felt on the not much writing happening right now. But
Yeah.
not the alcohol and midnight.
Imagine it not still being just like early evening.
I am back, hello. And we're back from the ads.
Welcome back.
Yeah. Alright.
I have also returned.
Oh shit, a first batch of the dead. That's correct! Leonix, we just hit the
Leonix.
first batch of the dead, and right before our unfortunate ad break, we were just talking about how this one guy who hasn't gone through episode 1 is trying to think, so yeah. Yeah. I'm in the middle.
My thought is possibly mercury poisoning, but I could be wrong.
I'm in the middle of episode 4, and I already want to review previous episodes. The series changed my review on IRL perspective. I'm glad to help you out by watching us, like, joke our way through this first episode. Because just going to episode 2, I wanted to go back and recheck some other, like, details that came up in that episode alone. So I don't doubt episode 4 is just adding to that.
Nah, Leonix, the killer's Joe.
Who's Steve Jobs?
Who's Steve Jobs?
Classic.
Case closed? Case.
Hey, case closed. Yeah. I haven't seen that series in such a long time. I should probably read it again.
I have tried watching it with my friend so many times, and we keep not doing it. It seems like such a fun series to watch.
It is. It's such like a dumb, like fun, like kids mystery series. Like middle school had like 20 volumes of the manga that I just read over and over when I like cleared out the manga section like 5 times over the course of like 2 years.
Yeah.
Leonix, I need it to be understood. it may not be worth it, but I like mystery shows. Me and Case have watched individually all of the Scooby-Doo movies. Twice.
Oh yeah,
All
that
right.
was fun.
All right, we did do an entire watch party of every single Scooby-Doo movie that I still need to do a tier list on.
Truly.
Okay.
That was over a year ago.
Yeah,
You were
okay.
done with that over a year ago.
Yeah, and then because of you, we went on to Batman.
And now we're doing My Little Pony.
My guy, we
Right.
watched every single film. Like, oh, hold on. Where's my Google Sheets? Because I have like notes on some of this shit. Hold on. Where the hell is this? Where the fuck are you? There it is. Scooby-Doo list. Like every single Scooby-Doo film up until 2021, straight out of nowhere, Scooby-Doo meets Courage the Cowardly Dog. And yes, this is the man we can watch to blame for us watching Batman Ninja in Spanish.
Oh yeah.
To be fair, I wasn't there for that.
We can still blame you. It was a great time. We should really find time to do that again. But I can't really be Fridays now because I'm looking at turning Fridays into a stream night. So like I do Friday, Saturday, Sunday for consistent streaming.
Yep.
But that's still a bit up in the air at the moment while I clear some stuff up in my schedule.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Right.
back to the bodies. Alright.
You're right.
Jessica sniffled once, and trying to say that she was alright, she showed her face to her mother, who had been holding her that whole time. When she faced George again, she once again had on her usual face, though she still couldn't recover her smile.
Adler. Don't lose heart.
Battler kept on crouching in front of his parents' bodies.
I'm sorry. Took this much crying to calm me down, you bastard dad. Bet you're laughing at me. I'm always talking shit about you, then crying like a baby just because you died. It's not my fault. It's wired into our genes to cry when our parents die.
Battler's face was still bright red from the tears, but even though it was forced, he at least had recovered enough to make a fake smile. Yes, I did see! Umineko has a fighting game! And I think it has rollback netcode too, so as soon as we're done with this, I might run through some laps of that and see how the game is. I don't want to see any more of it. I really don't want to see any more of it because I know I've seen some characters from just from the screenshot that has some like spoilers for who comes in later, like from the scenes you get after beating a chapter. But George has the most white man stance. Oh, that's so true. He does. Fuck, you made me go tea kettle at that. He at least recovered enough to make a fake smile.
Canon. You mustn't remain here any longer. Take the children and return to the mansion.
Yeah, no, apparently, Hamp, when I start laughing too hard, instead of going hyena like TiVo does, as Soundwave eloquently put it, I sound like I'm becoming a tea kettle. Yeah. He really knows how that white man that took 4 weeks of karate.
So between me and Case, when he laughs too hard, he goes high. When I laugh too hard, I go low. And loud.
Natsuhi was unable to take a step. Words. Natsuhi, unable to take a step into the storehouse, had been standing under the rain the whole time. Maybe she had her own way of grieving, different from Battler's. She realized that she had to take on a sense of responsibility now that her husband was dead. So she gave Canon those orders.
Yes, madam.
Canon rose silently and turned to face them. His face was pure white, almost as though his own heart had died along with Shannon. There was no life in his expression. If, during the course of the normal day, he had been instructed to do a tour of the beautiful rose garden, Canon might have led the way for them. But now there was no distinction between Canon and the children. They were now just kids of about the same age, with wounds of having lost someone close to them. After seeing the children go back, Natsuhi gave orders to Genji.
Genji, contact the police immediately. They probably won't be able to come until the typhoon passes, but they should be able to tell us what to do next.
Understood. There's an emergency radio, and I will use that to contact them.
Using a radio in the storm.
I mean, like, depending on how powerful the radio is.
I mean, it might just be my, like, ham radio license being, like, I don't know, a decade old and I haven't touched the service in a while. That feels like you're not going to get much of anything, even at the best of circumstances, even with a strong radio.
You might hit a fishing boat, and the fishing boat might be able to relay the message.
That's true, they are very rich, but it's also the 80s.
They are very rich.
Okay, we can say a lot of things, but I can also counteract with it was the 80s.
Like I said, they might be able to get a fishing boat.
What fishing boat would be out in a typhoon?
The ones trying to catch fish. Have you ever seen the show Deadliest Catch?
Yes, forgive me for not treating, like, no average fishermen in the Japanese seas during the middle of a typhoon like American, white, daredevil fishermen.
Technically, they're crabbers, but yeah. You can get a lot of fish when it rains.
When she heard that, Natsuhi remembered. That's right. The telephones were out today, weren't they? However, since it had been assumed that there could be trouble with the phones on this isolated island, a radio had been installed. Anyways, let's contact the police and seek their instructions. Everything else can wait.
Dr. Nanjo, is there anything further you can do here?
What the fuck are you expecting me to do? Unfortunately, I cannot do anything.
Understood. Genji, could you at least cover their faces with something? Exposing like this, it is humiliating to them as well.
Yes.
Oh, well, before I forget.
Yes,
Yeah.
same. Very important.
The most important. Gotta
Yes.
cover all bases. Genji picked up several towels hanging inside the storehouse. When
Picks up a tower, drops it on
Oh god, sound, hold up, what?
Ah,
Oh god, you're right. Oh god! I'm fixing it. Say something? Wait, shit, hold on, that's the wrong...
What the fuck are you expecting me to do? I'm a physician, not a necromancer. Those are very different professions. First of all, I do not have access to the dark arts. That would be my brother, Manjo.
What about your cousin Mojo? Mojo Jojo!
He is a monkey. He is currently in Townsville fighting the Powerpuff Girls.
Okay, it might just be, like, Discord wanting to not cooperate with the whole OBS. Yeah. Yeah.
Very relevant dialogue in the Tea Party.
Genji picked up several towels hanging inside the storehouse when Ava stopped him in a shrill voice.
Wait a second. Stop. This is the scene of a crime, isn't it? And we can't disturb it. In our confusion, we've tracked muddy footprints all over the scene, and I'm sure that will have caused trouble for the police's investigation.
Natsuhi glared at Ava testily. Objectively speaking, Ava was right. Even so, she glared at Ava as though accusing her of refusing to do those tragic corpses, which had been humiliated even after death, the simple kindness of covering their faces. However, Ava had spoken both calmly and correctly. This horrible state was definitely not an accident. It was a crime. Someone had killed them. It was a murder case. Dun dun dun! In that case, they should be careful not to further disturb the site. They had to aid the police as much as possible, so that they might hand over a clue that could be used to find the detestable culprit.
I agree with Ava-san.
You bastard!
Until the police come, we should leave everything be. What say you, madam? That's not what he said, but it sounds better.
Yeah.
Close enough.
You're right. Understood. Close it up, and just in case, we should put on a different lock on it.
A different lock?
Yes. When we came here, the shutter was locked. That means that the culprit used the key to shutter to the shutter to lock it.
We know how to English.
Yeah. We're so professional after all.
That makes sense. Then, does that mean the key which opens the shutter will have the killer's fingerprints?
I'm sure it will be worthwhile to submit it to the police as evidence. But Kanon-kun handled it just as normal and used it to open this. He'll probably also have his fingerprints on it. Also, that key was handed to Genji just now, and he took it with his bare hands. It doesn't look like it'll be very useful as evidence.
See, we have a certified word person with a degree in wording. Words be difficult and hard. Hard to make them word do goodly.
Why
Understoodly?
use lot word when little word get point across?
Unga and bunga. Boingo
There's
and
reason
boingo.
why name Nobunga.
Yeah, your name's Nobunga, I just refuse to actually say it.
Well, it's fine. You knew me as Soundwave.
Yeah, I
and,
knew you
like,
as Soundwave for way too long.
The only reason I changed is because I came up with Soundwave Lou as a 12-year-old, and I'm 24, so...
I mean, I abandoned my old username when I became Case, so I'm fully get it. I'm not judging. It's just gonna be hard to switch over to that.
Nobu works as well.
Well,
That
speak,
was-
Nobu.
Careless of me. My apologies.
Genji-san. Are there other keys to this storehouse?
No. Only this one.
Which means that the killer walked out of the servant room with that key. And then conscientiously returned the key where they found it, right? Hideyoshi's theory sounded plausible, but it was also very strange if you thought about it. Why would they go out of the way to return the key they stole? No, if you think about it even more deeply, there are some even more bizarre points. Usually, when a criminal hides a body, they are trying to delay the point at which it will be found and use that time to escape. The actual place where the six were killed wasn't necessarily here, but they had been killed somewhere on the island. And it would be normal to think that the reason they had been carried to the storehouse was to hide the bodies and delay the discovery of the crime. But that graffiti, drawn on the shutter that looked like an eerie magical circle, had eloquently indicated that the corpses were hidden there. It didn't specifically say that they were here, but after 6 people had gone missing, by making such an obvious scribble and even returning the key to open it, it seemed almost as though someone had wanted the corpses to be discovered here.
Oh, right. In any case, a lock that the killer has opened once before will not be sufficiently trustworthy on its own. If we want to protect this place from the killer's hand, I think we should put a new lock on it.
I think that's a good plan. I agree.
Oh, do you, Doctor?
Hey, what's up, Doc?
Genji fished around inside the storehouse and unsealed a brand new padlock which had been inside a small box.
What would you have me do with the key?
I will take it. I will take responsibility and hand it over to the police.
Oh, god damn. Did sound break again? God.
No.
I could just switch over to desktop audio. I just want to have the separate audio streams for the recording. Say something again?
Something again.
Do
Okay.
wonder.
You are good again, but it is supposedly a beta for the audio capture, so I might just need to, over the next few days, just get virtual audio cables set up again. Can't the person just record from their PC using it? They could, but I don't want to have to, force on a setup of, if we're doing something, the other person has to record in case their setup breaks or, can't handle it while doing everything else. And I know Nobunga doesn't know how to to use Audacity.
I am actually, completely, tech illiterate when it comes to something other than video games, so...
I know how to work it, because that was literally what I got my degree in, using audio programs and shit. But trying to force that on other people if I don't necessarily have to... Yeah.
So... I still have to have Case, give me a crash course in streaming, because I would like to actually stream, both ends of something if we end up doing stuff like that.
I'll get that eventually. Maybe when I'm setting up my overlay, when I get that finished up, I could probably just walk you through it while I'm setting it up.
Yep.
But... yes, that is a way to just, make it easy like that, but it's the actual, setting up, exporting properly, and making sure it's actually recording while also still transmitting over Discord. Because some applications like to latch to your microphone and don't let go, or let other things use it. It's the same with, cameras, because some cameras, like the one I'm using for tracking, if I open up OBS before I open up VTube Studio, VTube Studio refuses to connect. OBS will latch onto that camera and not let go. Right, let me... where the hell's the honey so I can start mixing this while you all are reading the next bits? Natsuhi took the key to the padlock from Genshi's hand. Fuck. After that, they all exited and lowered the shutter. Because of that, the corpses were once again sealed behind the shutter, covered with a gruesome magical circle. Genji crouched down in front of the shutter to fasten the new padlock. In addition to the main lock on the shutter, there's sometimes a place where you can attach your own lock in front of it. It was one of those types of doors. In the midst of the roar of thunder and the pouring rain, the storehouse stood there, ominously. He's just standing there, menacingly! Oh!
No. He's just standing there, menacingly.
Yep, got it in one.
SpongeBob!
I'm scared! I don't know why, I can't really do the, like, Patrick's laugh, but I can sort of, like, cut myself up enough to, like, imitate the, like, Undertale, like, Sans voice. Yeah, no, it's not exact, but, like, that I'm close to doing that than actually getting, like, a Patrick laugh.
Well, it's less of a laugh in the snippet of maybe.
On its closed shutter was the magic circle, drawn in a creepy blood-like substance and swallowing up the bodies of 6 whole people. Freddy Fazbear!
See, I was gonna make that joke, but I just wanted to continue and finish the scene.
To Natsuki, putting the new lock may not have been entirely to preserve the scene for the police, but rather she might have felt like she wanted to shut that mouth for all eternity, to prevent any more victims being swallowed by that eerie demon.
Come on, let's go, everyone. Dr. Nanjo, thank you very much for your work. Genji, quickly contact the police.
I will contact them as soon as I return.
The adults left the storehouse. The ghastly magic circle drawn on the shutter, still swallowing the 6 bodies, loomed eerily, occasionally lit up by lightning. And scene change.
Gregory.
Gregory, my fastballs.
Gregory, my fastballs.
All that could be heard from the sound of the rain, the voices from the kids' teleprison program that Maria was watching, and the engrossed Maria's cackling voice.
Maria, your mom's dead.
Gregory, I have fallen, and it appears I cannot get up.
Gregory, I have fallen, and it appears I can't get up.
Can
In
you
case it's
retrieve
not
my
obvious.
life alert?
In case it's not obvious, my deep voice, the one I'm using for Freddy right now, is the one I use for Genji.
I have no clue how bad my like my fake Freddy sounds, because I'm not actually listening to my voice back on this because it fucks with me when I'm trying to read. So
Gregory. Did the beat go off? Gregory. Bitches do be crazy.
in other words, what greeted them as they returned, dumbfounded from that horrible, bizarre scene, was the voice of Maria as she rolled around laughing at the television. Not knowing how to explain to Maria that her mother, Rosa, was dead, those who returned to the room couldn't manage any more than suffocating silence. At first, Maria returned their stares with a dubious look. But when she realized they weren't trying to blame her for anything, she ignored them again and immersed herself in the TV program. The children wordlessly sat down on the sofa. Oh, have you not played with the PS3 graphics before? Or are these, like, somehow different than when you played through? Because I know there are 3 variants of the sprites. The original Ryu Kishi with his, like, mitten hands. These PS3 graphics which people actually like if they don't want to go with the original. And the Pachinko graphics, which everyone hates.
Hey, Maria, have you ever been to a funeral before? Would you like to?
The OG has, like, that, like, low budget charm, I agree. And I don't know why, the Pachinko sprites just look sanitized. They're, like, exaggerated in what you think when you just type in anime. Because, like, hold on. Like, let me pull up one as an example, like,
What the fuck is that?
what the fuck is what?
Why does she have red hair? Why is she blonde in this one?
What?
I'm assuming that the redhead from
Wait, can you see
the
my screen,
pachinko-
or are you looking
No,
up
I'm
the
looking
pachinko?
I'm looking at you.
Oh, because I'm pulling it up. I'm trying to make it off the screen so you can't see some some people pop up in the distance. But like, some of these are spoilerish. But like, here we go. Here's a good one that's not a spoiler. Like, these are the different sprite variations with like the classic mitten hands, like the PS3 ones, and there we go. Yeah, like. Oh god, like Ava got done dirty by the pachinko sprites. They really like took a mallet to her face. Oh god.
What the fuck?
See why people
Like,
don't like those sprites?
I complained about Kyrie's like shirt holes before, but that just makes it worse.
Like, who? Why? Why did they choose, like...
Why would they not just go with the PS3 graphics?
The tie is so silly, yeah. I see what you mean by, like, everyone got an upgrade when they went to pachinko. Yeah, that's the kindest way I'll phrase it.
But like, is that all of the people that were there, or
No, that was just like the first 4 I could find that weren't like full of spoilers and shit, and people irrelevant to the situation. Remember, we're on episode 1, and I'm trying to avoid spoilers for anything else that might happen, because I haven't seen some of the people in those sprites, and I don't want to know. Oh, hold on, I gotta see. How bad did Shannon have it? Hold on, Shannon, Umineko, give me those sprites. How bad are we talking? I'm getting to it, one sec.
does the Discord pop-ups just not like my name?
No, I am in streamer mode.
It says Velvet, and it says the addict, but it just says N ... for me on the stream. Oh, there it is.
Yeah. Hold on as I try to... There we go. That should cover up some spoilers on one thing. Switching back over. Like, okay, here's Shannon with the Ryukishi sprites. That's like, okay,
All right.
that's fair, that's what we expect. Here's the Shannon we know.
Yeah.
Oh god, they did her dirty! Oh god! That's terrible! Oh, that poor girl! God, ugh. Yeah, I'm glad I don't play with that version of the game, and I'm playing the Umineko Project translation and like Sprite edition, so I don't need to see that.
Your head freaked out for a second there, Case.
Good, I was freaking out. Anyways, the children wordlessly sat down on the sofa. Fuck, supposed to take it.
So I got an idea for an anime.
Go on.
I would need to look up the coffee pasta, and I'm not doing that.
God
right
damn
now.
it, man. I thought you had something while I was cleaning up some spilt tea. The children wordlessly sat.
Alright, Leonix. I'm gonna do it now, but the next time it's gotta be a redeem. I got an idea for I got an idea for new sprites. Basically, they got huge boobs. I mean, serious honkers. A real set of badonkers. Pack in some Dobon honkaroos. Massive Dobon honka kulus. Big old tonghonkerukers.
The children wordlessly sat down at the sofa. Their minds were probably blank from their state of shock. Though they had all cried and mourned so much, now they just vaguely sat there, their faces expressionless.
I do watch the Russian bag.
I do too, I just haven't checked his stuff recently. I'm glad I didn't pay for that. Only Cannon had returned to his usual calm expression. However, that probably didn't mean he had been able to wipe out the shock. Nothing was reflected in his eyes as he stared into the emptiness.
This poor 16-year-old.
Alright, I think he did post, like, spoiler, like, hints about his MVC video he was working on
Yeah,
Twitter.
I saw the tweet that was sort of a preview.
You play on a cheater box? Oh, Pops! What else got, like, was it like a Hit Muscle Man and Pops? Like, talking about, like, oh, boy, thanks, Muscle Man! I just bought this hitbox and I'm so excited to play. Oh, so you play. Fuck, I can't do Muscle Man's gravelly voice. It was like, oh, you play on a cheater box? Oh, you a cheater? You know who else got cheated on? It's not fair, man. I did everything for her. Those guys are so funny. I don't understand how they can do that so effortlessly.
Probably
I got
years
these
of
bag of
experience.
stems, Batman. Shit's gas, Batman. Hey, Batman, I'm washing out my grinder. No,
Joker.
That's the key.
That's the key. Joker, what are you saying? You can't be that far gone. Speak English.
You
Hideyoshi.
think you can smoke my gas and walk out of here alive? Yeah.
Hideyoshi, fidgeting as he remembered that horrible scene, kept muttering, "Unbelievable. That can't be something of the world. It's the work of the devil." Every once in a while, he turned these into questions and bounced them off Nanjo, but Nanjo, in a calm, doctorly manner, kept repeating that nothing could be understood by only glancing at the scene. And that... No, Joker! You can't play that Omori music! You're scaring the hoes!
I've never played Omori. I
You
can't name
haven't?
any of the songs. I'm so sorry.
But we gotta play Omori after Umineko.
I have Omocat stuff in my room. It's Hololive, but still.
I know, I've got Omocat stuff too. I think we bought the exact same shit.
I have the Kali keychain, and then I got the poster with Myth on it.
You get the jacket?
I am perpetually poor, dude. You have the jacket, I don't.
Yeah. Anyway. He kept repeating that nothing could be understood by only glancing at the scene, and that until the police arrived, he wouldn't know anything. Yeah. However, Nanjo only appeared calm by comparison to Hideyoshi, who could not contain his agitation and fear. In fact, Nanjo had also received a huge shock and his face was deathly pale. Though he looks white as shit already in this art style, so we couldn't tell.
The only one who doesn't look white is Hideyoshi.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Redeem Nuke. Drink, people.
Thank you.
It's been 3 hours. How are you all holding up, by the way?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm gonna have to go refill my cup, but yeah. I'll do that at the next ad break.
Yeah,
I think
we
I've been, like,
should...
sipping. So.
Yeah. We should be good for the next... Well, actually, no. For you, at least, I think we might be good, but... let's not wave it. Yeah, let's not do this good for a moment.
See, if the trend keeps going, at some point, I'm only gonna be voicing Battler.
I'm sure you would love that break from doing every voice.
I'm sure I would love that break from going into my lower register. We already killed off the other guy in my regular speaking voice.
Maybe it was because of their attitude that Natsuhi tried to rise to the challenge and take control. Natsuhi was apparently unchanged from her normal attitude, and she briskly gave directions.
I will head to where father is. Genji, quickly contact the police.
Certainly.
I wonder if you would allow me to tag along, Natsuhi-ne-san.
You have done enough.
Since Kraus-Nisan is now gone, the task of aiding father has been left to me. It would be improper of me to relax here while relying entirely on you.
People
Ava,
are
your
dead!
siblings are dead.
People people are dead, Eva! Get over it yourself!
Your brothers and your sister are dead.
I'm sorry, wait.
Do you think I care?
I'm sorry, wait. It's not using your Twitch points to make us hydrate. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Please have mercy? Natsuhi was struck speechless by Ava's aggressive actions. In a situation like this, it seemed that she was claiming, with Kraus dead, the one to— Oh no! Oh no! Uh-oh.
What?
Apparently, sending redeems is not, taking their points away.
Okay, let's try this out.
Don't you fucking dare!
No, I'm just gonna.
Uh-oh. Oh, it is taking your points. Oh, okay. Did that take your points?
Yeah.
All right, then we don't need to say that.
You're gonna redeem them anyways.
Thank you for testing that. So I am just God. Bow before the god we have up here. Hail, hail.
No. Wait. Praise be unto Atom. I play Fallout. I play a lot of Fallout.
Yeah. I need to get back into playing Fallout. I only...
Certainly.
Yeah. Please have mercy, O benevolent god. And don't drown us in enough tea, because I don't have enough up here at the moment, and I'd have to go back downstairs to boil more.
I would have to mix a whole new pitcher of iced tea if I was forced to finish what I have.
It seemed that she was claiming that, with Kraus dead, the one to take responsibility should not be his wife, but herself, the next highly ranked in the family. Possibly, she was not happy that Natsuhi was ignoring her and handling matters herself in this extreme situation. Of course, even Ava's mind had been blank for the shock until now. You won't do it again before you drown me once. Thank you for your mercy. She only returned to herself after Natsuhi started giving orders.
You may do as you please.
Natsuhi walked out without saying any more. Ava followed behind her. Mere moments after they left, Kumasawa! She's alive! You're also wrong on that!
Oh yeah, we knew this.
We knew that, but I want to rub it in your face! Mere moments after they left, Kumasawa ran into the parlor. Since she wasn't the kind of person to run around, it would be normal to sense that something had happened. Hold up! Kumasawa wasn't touching the pachinko sprites?
Yeah, she's an old woman.
No, you don't understand. Everyone got fucked by the Umineko sprite, by the pachinko sprites.
Wait, even Maria?
Yes, even Maria.
Oh, shit.
I'm afraid to ask. But how?
Okay, so this was her Ryukishi sprites and stuff. Gotcha. Ryukishi sprites.
Yeah. Okay.
One sec. There we go. Sorry. This was the Ryukishi sprites. This
You
was.
switched back over to the game.
Oh fuck. This was her other sprite. This was her other like normal sprites we're used to seeing, and this was her. This is Maria in the pachinko game.
Oh, wow.
That's not terrible.
That's disgusting.
Could be worse.
It could be Jack from Fate.
Okay, to be fair, no one's going Jack from Fate besides Fate.
That is, listen. Fate's at the lowest bar possible. So,
Speaking of Fate, I feel the casual need to remind you that Prisma Illy has been going on for 15 years and not done. It's also one of the oldest Fate series besides, like, it was there right after Zero and Hollow Atraxia came out. It is one of the
I'm-
OGs.
Not watching
shit.
Prisma Ilia. You can't make me.
I know you're not. I just feel the need to remind you and inflict that damage upon you.
Not only is it horribly pedophilic,
Yes,
I don't like magical girl anime. I've
that's
made
correct.
that point very
That's correct.
clear.
But all of its lore is relevant.
I can read lore on a wiki. I do not need
The
to watch
Titan Mood
show.
wiki is just terrible. Like, it's one of the worst wikis I've seen.
I suppose.
Like, you're better off going to Beast Slayer and, like, fighting against that horde to get actual Titan Noon stuff and facts. It just, Beast Slayer's full of terrible people. But they're actually accurate about what the fuck's happening in that series. So, ups and downs. Anyway. Since she wasn't the kind of person to run around, it would be normal to sense that something had happened, but since everyone had been stricken by that earlier shock, none of them took any notice of this trivial difference.
This is you, Case.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
it's,
Because I can't do an old woman
madam,
voice for shit.
madam! If you're looking for Natsuhi-san, she just went to see father. She'll probably be back soon. What happened, Kumasawa-san? In the dining hall. Blood. Everyone in the parlor turned to listen. Everyone thought the same thing. I hope I misheard that. Just like how any container has a limit to how much you can put in, no one felt like they could accept any more tragedies beyond what had already happened. So they all thought it. I hope I misheard that. What? In the dining hall. When I was in the dining hall, trying to set up for breakfast. I forgot what voice I was doing for her halfway through. That's just a crack. The first to start running was George. His harsh footsteps jogged Hideyoshi and Nanjo to their senses, and they chased after him. Battler and the others followed. They flew into the dining hall one after another, but they didn't find any change that would have caused Kumasawa to go pale. To those who had viewed the gruesome scene in the storehouse, it was a bit of an anticlimax. However, Kumasawa, who had followed them, pointed it out. There really were some traces of blood on the floor. Compared to that terrible scene, it wasn't that dramatic. However, if you calmly thought about it, this definitely indicated the loss of a lot of blood. There's a puddle of blood here as well, too. What in the world? Nobu.
Oh. It appears that a great deal of time has passed. It's probably safe to say they were killed here last night.
It will mean that we'd been talking together in the dining hall until late last night. After that, someone must have broken in. Father, when did you two let yourselves out of the meeting and go to sleep? It was a little past midnight, so sometime after that is probably when it happened.
Christ. I can't take this. My lady, stay strong.
After seeing that hell on earth in the storehouse, I think I can handle this much.
Really? Great for you. I feel like my head's gonna freaking explode. This is the dining hall, you know. This is where every day I would eat, complain about school, complain about homework, talk to Dad about my grades. That's what this place is to me.
Well, at least your parents are still alive.
Milady, it wouldn't be good to remain here any longer. Let's return to the parlor.
I agree. Uncle Hideyoshi? I think this room will be really important to the police. Don't you think it would be bad if we trampled all over it?
Battler proposed this in a slightly powerful voice as, together with Kanon, he grabbed the pale and shaking Jessica's shoulders.
I did not deliver that line at all the way that said.
Nope! Absolute failure, how dare you.
Everything that Battler has said. Everything is just as Battler has said. There is nothing more to be gained from remaining in this room.
Nanjo spoke while looking at the pale faces all around. Even though that horrible scene in the storehouse had felt like something out of this world, at least it was in a place far from here. A place we had been able to cut ourselves off and run away from, which had helped everyone to keep on going. However, this dining hall was different. It was in the mansion's main wing, and it's as Jessica had said, it was supposed to be one of the more relaxing places within the mansion. It was the same place where all of the relatives had enjoyed lunch and dinner yesterday. The shock of seeing the place smeared with blood reminded us of the horrible spectacle in that storehouse, and forced us to accept that we really hadn't been able to run away from the scene of that tragedy. Yeah, I agree too. The killer matter left traces in the room. Amateurs like us shouldn't stir the place up. Let's leave quick. Come on, come on! Hideyoshi also understood the meaning of what Battler had said and pushed everyone to hurry out of the dining hall. The way we were looking, then looking at that blood... Fuck!
You want to roll that back?
No. The way we were then, looking at that blood any longer would have been too harsh. Nobody went against his words. Everyone raced together out of the dining hall. Almost as though the last person in the room would be trapped there all alone.
Guys?
Once in the hallway, we lent a shoulder to Kumasawa, who was leaning against the wall still trembling, and we all headed back to the parlor together. Then, Genji returned.
Oh, Genji-san. Were you able to contact the police? I can only offer my sincerest apologies. Whether it is the failure of the radio or something else that caused it, I cannot tell, but...
What? You can't reach the police. You tried the phone and the radio and both failed? They weren't rich enough!
My apologies. A boat will be arriving on Monday morning. I believe we'll be able to borrow their communications equipment.
But he also trapped on an island with the murderer. And they managed to kill 6 people in one night. So, based on that logic, even if you all grouped up together, there's a reasonable chance they'd still be able to get you.
Truly a mystery.
So can you survive another night or two?
Just don't die, Fivehead.
Why didn't I think of that? I'm sorry, I didn't think of it at all. I'm just a dumb little, like, chibi boy. I'm just a small little guy, little fella. I didn't think of such a big brain strategy like that.
And I'm just a horse.
Yeah, don't worry, if all else fails, we've got emergency rations there.
I'm also a ghoul. Did you forget that one?
Not in this, right? You're just a horse. We didn't have the budget to pay for a better... for a ghoul version of that.
This is why it's an assumed glamour.
Yeah, sure, that's the logic we're going with for whatever's going on there.
It's definitely not. Case couldn't afford more than this.
Isn't there a boat on the island? Can't we take a trip out to Nijima Police Department?
Hideyoshi-san, that would be impossible with this weather. At the very least, we can't do anything until the typhoon passes by us. Grouse-sama's boat is being repaired and is not on the island. Therefore, I'm afraid we have no option but to wait for Monday's vote.
How could this happen? 6 people are dead.
How
The phones
could
and
this
radios aren't
happen?
working, and there's no boat. So until the typhoon passes, and the boat comes until tomorrow morning, we just have to stay here on this island, unable to even contact the police. Sorry, what were you saying?
How could this happen to me?
I
made my
mistake.
Mistakes. Leonex gets it.
Yeah.
Let's not beat on the dead horse. Which means that not just us, but the criminal who killed everyone is also confined to this island.
That certainly follows. The culprit who killed everyone is still here on the island.
So the bastard who killed Dad and the others can't get off the island, and he's still hiding somewhere? Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it! I'll find you, you bastard! You think I'll hand you over to the police? I'll tear you to shreds myself! Ah!
Maria had finally realized that something was odd in the parlor. Or, rather than noticing something odd, it was probably better to say that she felt unhappy and neglected since everyone else was getting so excited about something only she didn't know about.
Jessica Oni-chan, did someone die?
A child should not
All
be
of our
saying
parents.
that!
All of our parents are dead. Except for Nazi
George.
and George's. But your mom's dead. Maria, the witch killed your mom.
Oh, that's right. It's canon that Jessica is a big-ass Toho fan. Like a massive Toho nerd, even though it doesn't exist at this point in time. Like, Toho didn't come out till the 90s, it's the 80s. She sees the future, and she knows what's up. The way she spoke was completely calm. Just as though she was talking about characters in a TV drama. As though it didn't affect her at all. Jessica probably didn't like that. As though trying to say, can't you tell, just by looking at me, overwhelmed with grief. She flared up at that against Maria. Look, playing anime Brick Breaker is just a really fun time, don't you know?
They all died. Everyone. My dad, Badler's mother and father, Goda-san and Shannon, and even your mother too.
Stop it, Jessica-chan. You aren't the only one who's sad.
Maria-san. I know this will come as a shock, but please listen. Your mother has died.
Mama is dead?
Yes, someone killed her. I know it's sad, but stay strong.
How many people died?
Hey, kid.
6 people. 6. Shit. How could you do something so cruel? There's a limit to how cruel you can be if you're human.
But what if you're not a human? What if you're a witch? Woo! Posture check. Make sure you're sitting upright and sit.
Yep.
Thank you for the redeem, Nuke Senpai.
Yep. You're the first one to redeem posture check while we've been playing
God,
this
yeah.
game.
Yeah.
We get hydrate before you dehydrate more often than posture check.
Mhm.
Right. I don't know who it is, but the killer's not human. There's no way their blood is red.
That feels like a poorly translated, like, Japanese thing.
It's probably based on the concept of kegare or impurities.
Gotcha.
No, killer's not human. Just the chosen by the...
Dun dun dun. Hold on, why is you saying hydrates not letting you redeem more? Oh, it might. It's like
Have you tried like exiting out of the stream and then coming back?
no, sorry, that was my. There was like one limit per person street redemption I did after I initially got drowned by him.
Oh,
Ah.
that's fair.
All right, that should be fixed.
Hey, Maria, did you say something just now?
Maria had just said something, but the woods was so remotely separated from the flow and context of the conversation. For a sec, I couldn't even understand them. Well, you should be able to redeem it now, though, Nuke, as I think I fixed that, but... As I was about to ask her to repeat it, I was shocked by the sudden sound of Aunt Natsuhi's loud voice coming from the entrance to the parlor. It looked like Aunt Natsuhi and Auntie Ava had returned from their trip to see the grandfather.
You can't contact them with the radio? If we can't use it at a time like this, why do we even have an emergency radio?
In case of emergencies, obviously.
My apologies. I believe it was having annual fucking. Come on, it's not that hard of a line.
Take a breath. Try again.
My apologies. I believe it was having annual maintenance inspections, but
Wait, what about one of those boat signaling devices where you can flicker the lights on and off? Couldn't you use something like that to contact the next island?
oh yeah, with all the fucking rain, Ava. Sure. We do not have such equipment. My apologies.
Just then, Kumasawa came in, pushing a serving cart loaded with breakfast. Did you mean a lighthouse?
Gregory, the audacity of this bitch.
Yeah, Ava is a character.
Yeah.
Since there was no way we would be able to eat in the dining hall, Hideyoshi had ordered her to bring it to the parlor.
Why are we eating breakfast here?
Natsuhi-san, I'll tell you later. More importantly, Ava, how is father?
Don't you enjoy the fact that he is not with you? He won't even leave his room for a situation like this.
He isn't there.
Fuck. Shut up. I'm trying to mute this Discord. Say something again?
Well,
You can silence me, but you can't silence the truth?
Yeah, okay, you guys are working again. Too bad no one could hear what that said, but oh well, you're up. Velvet.
anyways, let's try that one more time. He isn't there. The room was empty.
What the? Where could he have gone at a time like this? That's not the voice I was doing at the slightest.
Did you say that the master has left his study? That's right. I am as surprised as you. I wonder when he left his room.
Well, it would have to be after you all visited him. And before... No. So, there's only a very limited time frame he could have operated in.
Do either of you have an idea?
Natsuhi looked at Genji and Kanon as she said this. She probably thought as the servant permitted to wear the one-winged eagle, who served directly under him, would know of a place he might go. However, it seemed to be the other way around. Their faces made it clear that those who knew Kinzo best realized even more than anyone else how impossible it was for him to leave his room.
Even we have no idea.
As all you know, the master has everything set up within that study, from a place to sleep to a bathroom. I cannot imagine him leaving that room except under very exceptional circumstances.
In that case, what? Isn't it natural to think that one of these very exceptional circumstances came up?
Exceptional.
Exceptional.
I say, boy, it's exceptional that you've been here.
Oh, have you been hearing me try to warm up to get into his voice?
Yeah.
We still don't know whether that is the case. Anyway, he is a fickle person, so it's possible that he went for a walk by himself without knowing the current situation. If that is the case, we have to tell him what has happened and ask for instructions as fast as we can. That's right. Although, I don't want to think about it. It's possible that something has happened to him, isn't it?
No.
Taking a walk during a storm. At that age? With 3 months left to live?
I am going to go take an enthusiastic walk.
Okay, I see. Quoting Team 4-star this time.
As if I haven't been doing that the entire time we've been playing this game.
Yes, but I gotta point out the ones I actively notice. Instead of passively notice afterwards.
You know what? You know what? They call me Mountain Slayer, Thunder Lion, the Chocolate Axe, but you may call me Tiffany.
Tiffany. Ah, crap baskets.
That's a manly name. Shouldn't be. It's a woman's name.
I have no idea how to talk with you.
Good. Shut up.
Oh. I don't even think about something that ominous.
2 minutes till an ad break, so we might find a spot to break in a few seconds. No one had seen Kinzo since the 6 horrible corpses had been found. On top of that, the phones were broken and the radio wouldn't reach anyone. There was no way to contact the police. It looked like a typhoon would leave tomorrow and a boat would come. But until then, no one could rely on anyone outside the island, nor could they escape the island. Everyone had lost their composure at the extremely sudden tragedy. A heavy silence and a sense of impatience. Even though they needed to do something, they couldn't think of anything. Some of them became irritated, while others merely held their heads in their hands. But not one of them could explain what was going on in Rokkenjima.
Alright, so like...
This feels like a scene-ish break to,
yeah.
like...
Meanwhile, at a police station close on the mainland. Hey, Toshi. Do you think something's happening in Rokkenjima?
Nothing happens on Rokkenjima.
I don't know. I got this strange feeling that people have died.
The only thing that's dying is their stock price as the economy's going down for them.
Okay. I suppose. I don't know. Hey, want a rice ball?
What kind?
See, my wife labeled these.
Ad starting. Yeah.
No, I got umiboshi. I got tuna. You want the salmon?
I'll take the salmon. Anyway,
Right.
ad started, so I could not stop it in time because we were doing our bit. I will be back in a few minutes.
Man, it's almost like I planned the bit out because you said there was an ad coming.
You can do the bit now while I'm away from the screen.
It doesn't work because
In all honesty, I think my voice is trying to hit its limits.
probably like the case now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just repeat it when he comes back, basically. Because, yeah, I should probably consider heading to bed right soon.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, again, I mean, thankfully it's a less than 15-minute drive from my place to my workplace. So, you know, the latest
good.
I would have to leave the house to be on time is like 11:30 in the morning.
Today on the ads did not appear for everyone. As it seems Leonix can still hear us.
Yeah. Well then. Also, I imagine you guys heard my cat purring earlier.
We did not.
Because I even, like, purposely put my mic close to her while she was purring.
Mm.
So, you know.
I am back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
But yeah, real quick, case, I think my voice is starting to hit its limits. So,
Okay, we can find a
Yeah.
point to stop soon or now if that helps.
Yeah.
Probably just stop for now. We did 3.5 hours.
Do you want to stop now,
Yeah.
or do you want to keep going? I want to check with you first. Because this is a
Yeah,
fine place to
stopping
stop.
now will
Okay.
probably work.
Okay.
Because I have to go to bed soon since I have frontline training tomorrow for my
I-
work.
I just wanted to check before we went further, so.
Yeah.
Oh! Okay, Linux is following. Great. Is the ad over? Yes, the ads are over.
Well, it is for me.
Okay. Thank you for the follow, Leonix. Glad you're. Hope you're enjoying yourself on the rest of it. Like how we've been going so far. Because Velvet's voice is going out, it looks like we might need to call it here. Just to.
Yeah.
Like, so she can
Because
rest.
I'm having difficulty differentiating between
Yeah.
Natsuki and Ava consistently, so
Yeah, so
that's a clear sign, if
we
anything.
can call it for now, but we should be back tomorrow at roughly the same time. You all
Yep.
are like,
Yeah.
if you're feeling up to it, Velvet, you don't have to.
Oh
if you-
yeah. Oh yeah. No, I'm pretty sure I could probably make it.
Alright.
If
But-
it's anything like what I remember from last year for my frontline training tomorrow, it's just a couple hour long meeting, you know, company notes and all.
Yep. Before you go, yeah. I want to show you guys an Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay. Slightly ominous, but okay. What do you have for us? Hit us.
Case, just in case, don't put it on stream until we confirm it's okay.
Oh my god.
All right,
Adam
all right.
Sandler, Umineko no
Case-
naku koro ni.
Case. We found the YouTube thumbnails.
Yeah. Yes, when I eventually get around to like checking the YouTube uploads and stuff, we're absolutely using some of this for one of them. Thank you for that, Leonix. That's amazing, and I think I know. I think I have an idea for a raid message then. Adam Sandler presents raid. Okay. Let's. Where's my? Meow. Meow, 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 meow.
Yeah.
Alright. Thank you for stopping by, everyone. We're going to be rating another guy doing a fantastic live dub of his own, called AKL Trifecta. They're doing a full, like, live dub of all of Coffee Talk, another visual novel going on. And I absolutely recommend, if you can, stop by and see how he's doing. Such high quality. Got a full cast as well, so he's more than just us trying to struggle to differentiate voices.
Friend of the channel.
Friend of the channel, fun guy.
Yeah.
I hope you all are able to stop by again tomorrow when we're doing this. And anything, any
Good.
other parting words?
Just
To
have a
watch
good
Fate.
night.
Watch Fate, yes. Alright. Okay. If nothing else, see you all tomorrow if you can make it. If not, thanks for stopping by. Hope you had a good time. Stream it.
Bye.
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 Rating in 3, 2, bye.